Good evening, ladies, lords, lasses, and all those in between. It is I, your humble game master, the Deathly Shad, here today to bring you more Rains of Vitrium content. Ooh-wee, episode 81. Let's go! And, joining me today are my lovely players and co-hosts, as always. Agathar, say hi to the people.
I'm home.
Oh boy. Renswu, say hi to the people.
Hello, people.
Soren, say hi to the people.
Hello, people. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah. Morrigan, say hi to the people.
Hello, people.
And Vani, say hi to the people.
Hello, everyone.
Good indeed. And remember, if you enjoy our content, to like, subscribe, so on and so forth, and try and catch us live on twitch.tv/Deathly Shad. Oh, I almost fucked up again. And we will get right into the Rains of Vitrium. So, when last we left our adventurers, Agather the Kobold Rogue, Morgan the Halfling Divination Wizard, Renswab the Rabbit Folk Monk, Soren the Rabbit Folk Samurai, and Vani the Rabbit Folk Smith, the party arrives at Agathar's house on their way to Therboulder to meet up with Ankah and the Prince of Vuori. Stepping into, and, of course, they're arriving here upon Agathar's request to come here specifically to check on things for unknown reasons. Ooh. Stepping into his house alone, Agathar is surprised to hear a familiar voice speaking to him from behind. Agarius, dearie, is that you? Have you come home to Mama? As he hears the voice of his mother, but what does she want? How is she alive? And what is she now? Who knows? I don't. Let's find out today as we return to the Rains of Vitrium. And I get proper music.
Agathar, roll initiative.
Please hold for just a moment while I get the proper music file.
Agathar, roll a strength save, dex save, wisdom save,
Charisma save,
constitution
wisdom save.
every single save, and just do it 20 times each.
just roll every stat, gamer.
I'm gonna need you to glass kite this shit up real quick.
Okay.
Glass kite, what an alcohol.
Alright. Do a little skippy-doo. Alright. So, Agathar, you hear this voice from behind you. What do you do?
He is stopped in his tracks as he was going to turn to as he was like making his way to the door. And when he hears that, he just freezes. And he slow turns to look back inside the house. I don't think he says anything. And just kind of waits to see if the voice appears again.
Agarius, dearie, why are you so cold to your mother? I thought you would be overjoyed to see me. But you won't even look at me, my child. Please, it hurts me so.
Mother?
Oh, but of course, it is your mother. Do you turn around?
Yeah, he's turned around at this point.
All right. You turn around and you see this.
Okay.
As your mother stands behind you with a spectral visage to her appearance, appearing to be completely ethereal, save for the book in her offhand, which is floating beside her. as she kind of looks at you for a moment and says, "Oh, dearest Agarius, it has been forever since I've seen you. Please come, give Mama a hug." And she will begin to approach you.
I don't. His expression is utter surprise. It's a mix of. It's a little bit of joy because mom, someone that that he has loved for most of his life is okay, but also like she's still here. I don't think he really reacts much. And I think he just watches her step up. Now he's fully turned around to face her. Just a million things going through his mind right now, and her being a ghost was not one of those things. Something that he didn't take into consideration, so it's thrown him off even further.
Okay, well, unless you stop her, she will stroll up to you and she will wrap her arms around you and hug you very tightly. Her body is cold. Very cold. But she feels physical and solid almost to you. And as you, I would imagine, do you hug her back?
I think his arms shakily move up, and then he returns the embrace. Not as tight, but kind of like his instincts kind of take over a little bit. He hugs his mom after not hugging her for over 2 years.
Question, do you have any gloves on?
He always is rocking the gloves of thievery on.
Okay.
So his hands are bare, but they are covered with the invisible gloves.
Okay. And she hugs you so tight, but of course it's devoid of any warmth.
Mhm.
Not because of a lack of affection on her part, but because of a lack of a corporeal form.
Yeah.
But she hugs you tightly, and that book floats off to the left a bit, seeming to rotate in the air ever so slightly. As she says, "Oh, my sweet dear boy, my sweet, sweet dear boy. It has been 2 years since I last saw you. But of course, I knew I would see you again, my sweet, precious child, my baby boy, my lovely Agarius. I knew I would see you again in my heart of hearts. Although I lack one now." She giggles. Just kind of backs away and she just like caresses your face, massages your cheeks, just kind of staring at you.
He like takes his hand and just kind of like feels her face, kind of like just like at the cheek, and he says, "You're still here."
Oh, but of course I am. Of course I would be. Did you think those paladins could kill Mama More so easily?
Yes.
Never.
Uh,
I was
He's a
trained by
ghost.
the best, and so were you, I can see. You are so big now. Oh my gosh. You are so big. I never
I haven't-
thought you could be. And you have your father's cheekbones. Oh, look at
well,
those.
I haven't really grown that much, maybe like a couple of inches.
Oh, and a couple inches for us is more like feet for other people, no?
Is his father around?
Oh. I'm so sorry. But father is dead. Permanently so, I'm afraid. banished him when they saw him rise again. And I'm afraid I could not get him. I lack the materials to go get him. But now that you're here, we could get him back together.
Uh, uh, maybe, I can't believe you're still here. How?
I am a necromancer, child. You should know these things. We don't die so easily. Not for good, at the very least.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's fair. What, have you just been waiting around for 2 years?
Oh,
What have you been doing?
sadly, I've been forced to wait around for 2 years. I can't really leave this domain very easily, not without, you, so to speak. But, if you wish, I could certainly accompany you out into the world again, but I require... We could be we could be a duo again. Well, yes, fuel in the form of souls or a vessel, either or.
I see.
Come now, Agarius, you understand how these things work. One cannot have unlife without life. Sad as it is to say.
I know. But the souls, are they still here?
Some of them, I've been having to ration them. After all, Mama cannot maintain her form for very long, not without some form of fuel. So I've been having to ration them and wait for the expected return of my lovely child.
I guess I am that pretty predictable.
Oh, come now, child. Anyone would want to see the fate of their parents, and Mama Moores knows their child so well. Oh, my gosh, you've got such beautiful scales now. Have you been taking care of yourself?
As much as I can.
Oh, but I see. Hold on. You have a bit of a mark on your clothing. And she'll reach out and very daintily tap your chest, and you'll see a bit of a small mustard stain from dinner just disappear.
Thanks. Can I enter? I want to look around.
Oh,
If
but
that's
of
okay.
course you can enter. Come, my child, please. I will show you around the old house, although it is a bit more dilapidated than you recall, I imagine. Shame that it is. Oh, but of course it is so hard to upkeep this place. So hard when you can't even do much more than phase through things.
I see.
And as you step in, she kind of like steps in herself and she starts fretting and flittering about the place. She's walking around as if, you know, she's in a normal body, even though she doesn't need to. You do see her on occasion float upwards to try and like bat at a couple cobwebs, try and get them off, but like nothing happens, and she's just like sighs frustratedly before going back down and going, "Oh, it is such a mess in here. Tell me you did not bring other friends or people with you, yes? Or wait, no, tell me you did, and tell me that they are mean to you, so I may punish them for this."
No. No, they're wonderful.
Ah, that is good. Fellow kobolds, I would assume, yes?
One of them is.
One of them? And what are the others? Hopefully no nasty humans.
No, there's no humans.
Or elves or dwarves. Loathsome things they
Mom,
are. Yes.
Mother,
Yes, child.
they're they're not as bad as you think.
Ah. That is what they want you to think.
That's maybe some people, and I've had my fair share of interactions with the nasty ones, but I've seen many things. I've only been out here for not even a year, but what I've seen are the equilibrium to both sides. They're just people like us. They're
Hmm.
not innately evil. I've met very good humans that I met very good humans who love and who dream and who uh, have aspirations to do good in this world, to love one another and to I've seen it. The people that accosted us, they're not all of them were monsters the way that you tried to tell me. And like us, they make mistakes and then they pay for them. Everything that you taught me was a lie.
Oh, my sweet boy, none of it was a lie. Where did you go? Hmm? Who did you meet? Who did you see? Where did you go? What countries did you visit?
I went into Musai. I was in Vitrium for a while. And
She scoffs, she scoffs. Mirzai, Vitrium, soft places for soft people. You have never been to a Viorian city, have you?
I've never even been outside my home, Mother.
Ah, but of course, that's because Mama protects you. Mama kept you safe. But of course, Mama should have shown you. She should have shown you how cruel people can be. They call us rats here, do you know?
I am aware. I am aware. That's why I try so hard to show them that I'm not just a rat. And you know what? Maybe that will never change. Maybe it will. I don't know unless I try. All, all I ever wanted was to go outside and experience the world. I only know here. I only knew here.
Hmm.
It didn't seem like it was protection. He just kind of motions around. This never really felt like a home. It just felt like a prison.
Oh, my child. I am sorry you felt that way. Perhaps in my age, I had been a bit overzealous with your containment here. You must understand you were my only child. The rest of them were slaughtered by people. My whole tribe, you and your father's tribe, utterly devastated by a bunch of dwarves that wanted the mining rights to our home. And this was before I found Master Mel. Before Mama Morse could perform great acts of necromantic magics. I could not bring any of them back. And Mama Moores has tried. They've been dead for too long. But of course, I shielded you from these things. I wanted you to be happy and content. But now I see that even I have failed on that account. And I'm sorry for that. I should have taken you out to see the reality of our situation. Master Mel always said that only through strife may we level and achieve greatness. But I wanted to protect you from that. Yet, look at how much stronger you are now that you have been through her teachings. Now that you have been through so much struggle and strife, I can feel the weight of your soul. It is glorious to behold. It would bring a tear to Mama's eyes had she had them still left to cry.
Shad.
Yes.
As she's speaking, he's just staring at her face. Is he able to tell if she is being genuine in her response, or if she's just saying the right things so he could help her?
Roll an insight check. And guess what, buddy? You have advantage.
Okay. 14. I'm gonna use my last roll boost to make that a 15.
Go for it.
Yeah.
A 15? Well, 2 seconds. Had to sip some Coke. So, you stare at her while she's saying all this, and you can see the world begin to kind of, like, gray out around you a bit. The fires in the house losing some of their red coloration. And you see her a bit more solidly. And more than that, you see this strange aura. It's an aura that is blue in coloration. And you almost intuitively know that she is mournful. And you get the feeling that she is being genuine, and that she is actively upset at both the memory of what happened to her previous tribe and her last grouping of children, and how she maybe didn't teach you well enough like her master did. She's lamenting lost opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
But no, she is being genuine about, what happened to her in the past.
I can't say that I blame you for doing that. Maybe if I was in the same position, I would have done that also. But when did your journey of necromancy go from helping the people that you loved to needless sacrifice? To go after the races that have wronged you?
No, son, it was never needless sacrifice. There was always a purpose to every ritual I performed.
Sacrifices of people who have families? the people who called out to their young? What about them?
Agarius.
You
Do you-
cannot stand here and tell me that you would not. How would you have reacted if you were on that operating table being cut open?
Agarius. Do you fret over the family of the fly you killed?
They are not flies.
They treated us like them, so of course I treated them like that back. You see the aura flicker to red as things in the room begin to levitate ever so slightly.
What did that solve?
It's solved by making the world have less of them. Now, Garius, I am so sorry that you do not see the benefits of my work. But it's fine. We'll learn.
No. No. No, I will not learn. I know someone who is exactly like you.
And who would
know.
that be?
Nobody that you would be willing to know.
Oh, and why is that?
Because they're not a kobold.
I know plenty of non-kobolds. Unless, are they a human?
No.
Then of course it will be no... Oh no, wait, are they a dwarf? Or an elf?
Mother. Everything was taken from her because she was different. Because she was a lycanthrope. Well, she's a
Then
Corvanthrope, but...
Then she would understand my plight more than anyone else.
That's...
I saw so many butcherings when I went out into the world.
So have I.
Oh,
I've seen plenty of needless killings and needless evils out there. We just had to stop her for committing one. Mother. Mother, please. These are... I know you're angry. And I know what they have done. And that's not excusable, but they're not all like that. Just the ones here. Because the country has enabled that kind of behavior. That they don't know anything else. They only know what they have been told. And they fear stuff they do not understand. And I want to show them that they can understand. That anybody is capable of doing great things. That... Do you remember that human? The one that you captured, the teenager. The day that everything fell apart. Do you remember him?
she shakes her head.
Because of course you don't. Because I do.
I'm gonna roll a
remember.
history check for her. Continue, please.
Mm-hmm. I remember him. He was a boy, or just a simple farmer who wanted to help, who wanted to go to Vitrium, to help people, to help the forest. He was a very simple boy. And instead of staying behind and just following what I was told, I became curious. He showed me. I learned that they are people. People capable of doing amazing things, and not because of what they are. Humans are just as capable of great deeds as we are, and they are also equally. They are. I don't.
She'll hold
He
up a hand.
He protected me.
He protected you?
A scout got through the house as I went back to free him. He went through the portal with us. He fought the scout with me. And he sacrificed his life so he could save me.
Agarius. I think I remember the boy you're speaking. If you had wanted to keep him, all you had to do was ask. I would have let you.
I didn't want to keep him. I wanted to free him. Heck, maybe I wanted to go with him. To explore this world that I only ever hear in these stories. To see if they were true.
Oh, my sweet child. I
know. I know. That's changed like that. Doesn't just happen overnight. And it took me some time to get used to it, but I met wonderful humans, wonderful Herringans, wonderful Dragonborn. I've met so many different people. Some of them were really bad, but some of them were even better. And now, I don't just fight to get rid of the bad ones, but I fight to protect the good ones. That's why I ever do anything. I know maybe this country isn't very welcoming of us, but imagine if the Foundation was changed. Imagine if there was new leadership in the kingdoms. What do you think then if somebody who showed the way to a better life? Do you think a young tiger scratches at a zookeep because it is in its nature? Or maybe because it's scared, for it does not understand that the zookeeper is trying to help it.
Alright. Agarius, roll me a persuasion check. And I'll give you advantage.
Hooray! Come on.
Well, that is a thing.
That's unfortunate.
So, you are saying all this to her, and she's pacing back and forth. That book still floating behind her. And you see her thinking on this, pondering. Only really half listening to what you're saying about halfway through your big speech. And you can tell that she's flickering between a different list of emotions. You see that red anger is still there, but there's also a hint of confusion, of sadness, and also pride in you. Because despite what you're saying, you're still her child, and she's still very, very proud of going out and doing. And after about 5 minutes or so, she stops. I will choose to believe that you may have been false, but I am willing to give the benefits of a doubt to my own assumptions of the world. Sorry, to your own assumptions of the world. Bring to me one of your compatriots, or multiple of them, and if I find them lacking, then I shall expose them for you, and we shall kill them together.
I'm willing for them to meet you, but we're not killing them.
Agathars, if they are running you through the circus and they are using you, then they do not deserve to live.
The only person that is willing to use me is the kobold.
Oh. Then that is a person. I'm sure it's a misunderstanding on your.
No, it isn't. The way that they look at me. The way that they can feel their eyes at the back of my neck, like they're undressing my skin.
Are they a fellow necromancer as well?
No. To be fair, I don't know what the fuck they are. But I think they're some sort of bard. But they can copy abilities, so I don't know. I've always just assumed that they aren't humanoid.
Well then, if they aren't humanoid, then they are not a kobold. Silly goose.
They sure do push the kobold agenda.
An interesting thing. Yes, Mama Moors would love to meet. So please, off you go. And remember, Agathars, if any of them are even close to hurting my baby boy, then I shall not hesitate to rip the souls from their bodies and devour them.
But I won't hesitate either. As he gives a little bit of a glare as he says that.
He's gonna insight that. Our child, advantage.
Yeah, do I have advantage for deception?
No. If anything, you'd have disadvantage. Yeah, no. What's that look?
No matter what, he will fight to defend them.
Hmm. Okay. Well then. Carry on.
He will.
My wayward son.
He will get the girls to start waking them up, and he'll start walking back to the cart.
Agarius, please, stay with me.
He'll get here.
Oh.
Okay. All right. That's.
I can sense the connection you have to your servants. I'm sure they can awaken your compatriots easily.
Yeah, they're more than capable. You don't mind if I took a look around, right?
But of course not, although you won't find much aside from rotted wood timbers. There was a mild termite infestation, but hey, Mama got a bit of food out of it.
I suppose so.
All right. Who's the first person Anna and Belle are waking up?
Oh boy. Probably Soren. Anna's gonna wake up Soren. Belle is gonna wake up Lana.
Okay. uh, Thorin, you get shaken awake by a large skeleton person. Soren,
So about what time of the night is this?
3 a.m.
So it's about this. So he kind of wakes up and goes, "Oh God, not again! Oh, it ain't. Hi, what's up?"
Brother requires your assistance, boyfriend.
So he narrows his eyes and goes, "What's happened?"
No, he requires your assistance.
He gets up and immediately ties Miki and Hidari to his belt, and he follows Anna.
All right. As you step outside of your room, you see Lana drearily stepping outside of her room with Belle. Hey, Agathar needs you too?
That's what Anna told me.
Apparently so.
Yeah, they're waking up everybody.
Everyone, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I will say that Lana will approach with the rest of the team. Eloise, Riven, and Cecil will kind of hang behind with Morrigan.
Yeah.
And Rensois, if she wants to go, will get to go as well. Niatal will go with her. And Soren obviously is going as well. And Vani, would you like to go and see what all the hubbub is about?
Sure.
Okay.
As Vani passes by, and I've already been woken up because everyone's just kind of walking around the common areas. Like, do you think you could make me some regular shackles? I'm getting tired of the slime.
Vani reaches around, jumbles around in one of their bags, and produces a pair of shackles.
Why do you just have shackles?
Don't question.
don't intrude on her private life.
Fine. I looked at like my captors. Is like, please take this ooze off me.
The reason the ooze is on you is because it stops you from using somatic components.
That's what the shackles are for.
Are the shackles designed specifically to stop a mage from using somatic components, Valen?
Some can be found.
Okay. So yeah. Eloise looks over to Vani, who just like digs through her bag again and pulls out a more specific pair of shackles that are comprised of 2 gauntlets that are stiff-fingered and unable to be moved.
Alright.
Somehow the perfect size for a halfling.
It is like a lot of this stuff seems to just happen.
At
If
any
others
rate,
are willing, I'll probably tinker around with it. Ooh. Oh. Should I expect a fight?
Lana shrugs. Not sure.
Uh,
Uh,
Alright. I guess it doesn't hurt. And piece by piece, armor starts being called upon.
okay. Morgan, your handcuffs are replaced under the watchful eye of Eloise.
Lovely.
And Amalia gets her slime returned to her.
Thank God.
The gauntlets are actually comfy. Surprisingly so, considering that your fingers feel as if they are being tightly squeezed by cushions all around them.
I'm gonna say, I don't know if you know what comfortable is, but that doesn't sound it.
Fair enough. But they're more comfortable than slime ooze covering your hands.
Yes.
It also depends on the person too, I guess.
Yeah. And Francois, you get woken up by Anna. Sister of father. Sister of father gets a big poke in your belly.
I think Mike is muted.
Might be.
Yep.
Oh no, there's
Oh,
Discord.
Discord.
Yeah, Discord did the thing where it just stops taking audio input.
Hooray.
Hooray!
So yeah, sister of father. Poke poke.
She just kind of like, what?
Father requires your assistance.
She kind of blinks and looks about. What time is it?
It is approximately 3 a.m.
Give me a moment.
Of course. Would you like some help getting dressed?
No, I'm fine.
She'll nod and just kind of like step away, go to the door, and kind of like wait for you to be ready.
Yep. And she'll get up and change into her robes.
There's a rapid knocking at the door before it opens up, and Neatal kind of like pokes her head in. Oh, hey, yeah, okay, you're up. Belle just woke me up.
Why? He's just waking everyone up then.
Apparently so. I heard Lana and Vani downstairs already. I think it's just the 2 of us that are last to go up.
Then let us go down and see what's going on.
She gives you a thumbs up, and she'll hold the door for you while the 2 of you walk out of your room, and Anna follows you guys downstairs. You see Lana prepped and ready by the door, along with Soren, Vani, and, well, it's just you and Neatal as well. Morgan is now in proper handcuffs and gauntleted handcuffs, rather than just, normal whatever it is she was in before.
It momentarily looks to Rensoir's direction and then quickly away.
So does anybody know what's going on?
Both
Nope.
both Belle and Anna will say in unison, "Father simply requires your assistance."
They didn't tell me
With
much more than that either.
That's all we have to go on. I think that he's in the cabin nearby. Yes, he is. It's not a distress signal, if that was of concern to people.
It's a nervous one.
They choose not to say that.
Yeah.
well, I guess that eliminates the primary concern.
It's a yellow alert, not a red alert.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
an Amber Alert.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is anyone wearing a red T-shirt?
And Soren's got a red scarf. Does that count?
Yes.
We might know soon.
All right, so Anna and Belle are going to go over to the door and just kind of like crack it open before they lead you guys out of the cart and to the location. As I quickly adjust tokens.
And fireball. I think
Yeah.
Ronnie's the only one that's in near combat readiness.
I mean, like, other people are as well.
Yeah.
Renswa's always combat ready.
Exactly. She's always
True.
got
And
that
Swoo
thing
is a
on
monk.
her.
All right.
You got
So,
that Ren swagger.
yeah, Ren Slagger. All right. So, as you guys walk down the area towards the hut, you eventually get to the front entrance where you see Agathars kind of like milling about.
Yeah, he's got his like kind of arms not like crossed, but like holding each other almost, as he looks just like kind of nervously, just kind of standing there like waiting.
And Soren will be one of the first that enters the house. And he's a bit surprised to see it, not expecting it to be like way out in this forest, although he's probably told about it ahead of time.
Mhm.
But he moves in and spots Agathar, and with his left hand still on both sheaths, he just kind of like steps forward and goes, "Hey, you needed to talk to us, Muffin?"
Soren, hi. Yeah.
Muffin, he says. Is that a pet name I hear? You guys hear
Soren's
from
ears
inside.
quirk.
Yeah, Renswa's ears kind of twitch as a brow raises towards Agathar.
Well, grimaces a little bit. My mother wants to meet you.
Of course I want to meet them. Are you dating someone, Agarius?
Several someones.
You guys see this spectral kobold just pitter patter up to about here. Well, I'm sorry, spectral pitter patters.
Yeah.
She makes her way up here, and you guys see a spectral kobold standing before you in robes and adornment with a large wizarding hat on her head, and a corporeal book floating around behind her. That looks about like Agathar, in the eyes, at the very least. And you would also note that her horns, whenever she takes her hat off, to go, "Oh, be still my heart that I don't have." You have so many rabbit friends. Did they make each other?
Mother, no.
And you'll notice that she has the same horns as he does.
Like Soren's eyebrow just kind of quirks at her comment.
What? That is what the rabbit folk do. They make more rabbit folk. They're about as happy with it as we kobolds are on occasion.
My lord, not every rabbit, not every hearing on. This. He motions to Soren. This is my partner Soren Wandelrind.
Oh.
And you guys do notice Agathar is rocking an accent, just like his mother.
Similar to Morrigan's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Must be native.
Yeah, that's why I was like, well.
I thought you were dating a nice kobold. You're dating a rabbit folk instead. Not that I blame you. He does look quite striking. She leans in. I like his muscles. Tell me, are you going to be female for him at the point in time? I want grandchildren.
Mother, that was not the time to
About
speak
that,
about that
mother.
stuff.
Like
Morgan!
Soyfang
I'm
just
here.
pokes him behind her. It's okay. That's already been taken care of.
I already got your back.
She's waiting in the wings. She's waiting in the wings.
Mother, look, I will. I will explain things. Just no. I mean, not yet. I don't know.
Oh, but please, all of you, please come in. My home is a bit desecrated and old because I am unable to upkeep it, but I assure you it is the cleanest abandoned house you've ever been in, probably. She makes her way back inside.
Agatha just like sighs. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't expect it to go this way.
Soren, or oh my god, why am I saying Soren? Rensois will just kind of look at Agathar, like kind of pointedly, and be like, "Did you come here to revive your mother?"
No. That wasn't my intention.
It wasn't your
He-
intention, but
He looks back to her and kind of steps closer. No, my intention of coming here was to make sure that they were gone. But I don't know. I think I can help her see the error of her ways. But no, I don't plan on it, nor do I don't know. This encounter I need to see how it goes.
very well.
I'm sorry.
She will step forward and place a gentle hand on his shoulder. Do not be.
Yeah. You can tell he is incredibly nervous. And he places a hand on top of hers, and just gives her a nod. Yeah, come inside. And he looks to Lana, and
Sorry. I was muted. She gives you kind of like a look of like, of like,
mhm.
are you sure about this? That's a fucking ghost.
He just like motions to her, like for her to kneel so he could like kind of whisper to her.
I mean, she does.
Yeah. Look, I know. That's why I got you here. Can you banish?
She shakes her head. Not today. I mean, I didn't really prep that. I haven't really had time to prep it. To prep it either.
That's fine. I wasn't anticipating her being a ghost, honestly. I wasn't anticipating her being actually alive. But you're
Relatively speaking.
relatively speaking. Well, you will be of the help, I think. Thank you for coming. I know it's not really any of your business.
No,
Or
it's fine. I'm more than fine with it. You know, just I'm probably gonna hang around outside if that's okay. Think I
yeah, that's okay.
okay. I just just
I
Right.
understand.
you know what her being a ghost means, right?
She said harpying a ghost.
Do you know what her being a ghost means?
Well, does he? Because I feel like
I
for
would say
his knowledge would be different than mine.
I would say that is a knowledge check at advantage, knowledge arcana.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, Arcana. All right.
I mean, this is necromantic magic.
It
Yeah,
sure
I was
is.
gonna say, I'm like, I feel like that should be like DC 5.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, specifically for us.
Oh yeah, no. Like the DC was lowered, you had advantage. So yeah, no. You would know that her being a ghost means 3 things. One, she is bound to a specific location, typically speaking.
Mhm.
2, her emotions are not what they were in life. They are now more balanced towards the most extreme emotions she would have. So, love and affection for you, but also vengeful murder, death for elves, dwarves, and humans specifically.
Right.
Hence why, she was very quick to anger whenever you defended them, and how things began to float around her and shit. And the third thing you would know is that based on the strength of her soul in life, like the nature of her magic will also determine the strength of her spectral form. And because she's a necromancer, she basically gets like a ×2 bonus on that power rating. So you would with a near 30, you would ascertain that she is about the status of a lich right now, with just on power scaling we're looking at here.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to kill or banish her, that's gonna be a lot hard. That's gonna be very hard to do, Chief. But not impossible for you guys. You're like what, level 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not as impossible for you guys at level 11. It's just
suck though.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
Not to mention you'd be fighting her inside of her lair, which is what this house is.
Yep.
What? It'd be super easy to beat her. We've got like 4 counterspellers. She'd have no chance.
Sometimes it's not about the spells.
With a lich, that's all it is.
Cold touch is a fucking.
Anyway, just be but no, you would also be aware that as a ghost, she also does not necessarily need to rely on her spells either. Not to mention, you don't know what skills she has gained in Unlife that might make her even worse to deal with.
For sure.
Skill, counter spell.
No, skill, subtle magic.
Yeah. Yeah. Agathar just nods. I understand. I don't want it to go that direction, but you never know. And the girls being out there. He looks at Bell and Anna, make me nervous.
Anna and Bell give you a little wave. But Lana kind of like nods her head. Yeah, don't worry. I'll just keep them out here too. You know, because who's to say what she can or cannot do?
Yeah. I'm just worried about control being ripped away and I won't be able to stop them.
Yeah, also, why do you have an accent now?
I've always just kind of had one, but now that I'm home and I've been away from Mel, I guess it just kind of came back. I just kind of been hiding it.
Oh, yeah, no, I get it. Anyway, yeah, you know, I'll be out here waiting. I assume that everyone else has kind of, like, gone in at this point in time. Or are you guys waiting on Agathar to go in first?
Oh, yeah, no, Rincewild was waiting for him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Zoran.
Yep.
These three are gonna chill over here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Rincewild just kind of turns with a smirk to Neotal. It's like, are you coming out here, or am I leaving you with Lana to babysit?
No, I'm coming in here. Yeah, I can hang with ghosts and shit.
Thank you, Nieto.
It's so weird you have an accent now.
It feels weird to have it back, but
Well, if you think about it, everybody's got an accent of some kind.
Neotal shrugs.
What sounds natural to you is actually an accent.
You know what? You're not wrong about that. And from
Soren smirks as he says that.
And from inside, you hear, Agarius! Please, could you at least come and help Mama serve some drinks? I think we have wine in the cellar still, unless it was raided when the house was destroyed.
Coming, mother.
On the plus side, you know that it's now Edge.
Yeah.
Literally what she was about to say.
Yeah, do the normal. We're not out of it yet. He will give them a knowing nod, and then he'll guide them inside.
Soren, as he walks in, just kind of like clutches the sheaths of his blades and he says, "Be ready, girls. There might be trouble."
They both give you a thumbs up after that. You hear a pause in the writing and sketching. There's a thumbs up, and they go back to it.
Like, hear the thumb knuckles cracking as they do it.
Yeah, pretty much. Include 5 jump cut Johnny Test whiplash noises. All right. So yeah, you guys make your way into the house, and you see that Mama Moores is trying to clean the place up a bit harder. She's still swiping through cobwebs, just like, no, these dastardly little spiders, they keep coming in to make their nests and their roosts, and while I appreciate their life force, they leave such a mess behind.
Here, Nini allowed me to. He'll use his mage hand to start twirling up the cobwebs.
Oh, thank you, Agarius, my pretty precious boy. Oh, you see, he is so grown up now. Look at how big he is. Oh, if only I had the photos to show you. Oh, wait, I do! And she'll snap her fingers and a minor illusion of an egg will appear.
Soren's just going to kind of comment, he's gotten very strong over the years. I can attest to that.
I know,
Blushing.
but look at him. Look at how he was. Look at the little baby he was. She points to the egg. And then look at this, and she'll snap her fingers, and there's another minor illusion. This one of Agathar in the bathtub, tripping over himself.
Tiny little fucking Aggie.
Little baby Aggie, little like 6-inch tall Aggie, tripping.
Actual pocket-sized Agathar.
No, Rincewild actually coos a little bit at that.
Soren kind of does too, but feels bad about it because he realizes that once he goes to meet his parents, they're not going to have anything like this, so he kind of has Agathar at an advantage right now.
Agathar is extremely conflicted considering the circumstances.
She's like, look at my little baby boy. He had such a tiny little tail. You could just pick him up by it and carry him around, and he'd love to curl it around your little fingers. He had such a strong grip, too. I knew he would be an amazing child. A proper son or daughter, whichever he preferred. I don't care.
Yeah. He's certainly been doing well for himself.
Oh, but of course. And who are you? Are you an... Oh, are you another one of his partners?
She very quickly, she says, no, sister, I'm one of Master Mel's students.
Ah, another devotee to Mel. I understand. Tell me, I see you have mushrooms upon you. I think I understand what training you underwent. Tell me, did she feed you the deadly nightshade at the point in time?
Which point in time?
Oh, you are so correct about that. Oh, you are just so lovely to behold. I can sense the strength of your soul right here. Oh, and the strength of your soul too. And don't think I don't see you in the background over there, Miss Bunny. Neatal just kind of like like she moves over here to your side, and Swan goes, yeah, I guess I'm pretty cool, you know. Yes, but of course. And who is that, who are the two people that are waiting outside the house? Referring to both Lana and Vani. Hey, Vani, do you want to come inside the house too?
I don't have control.
Oh, no! Okay, hold on.
I even
Ooh,
put it in chat.
Music makes me lose control.
Oh.
Here, do you have control over this one?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. That was the issue.
Like Soren's kind of like looking at the images, and he kind of makes this like the same coups that Rensois does, and he goes, "Oh, he was adorable when he was young. That's yet another thing that hasn't changed over the years."
Shut up.
Oh, but of course, and you flatter my son. Now, I have to ask. And you see her kind of like place her left hand over her right hand, and you see her cock a thumb back as she points a finger gun at you. What are your intentions with my child?
He first answers her saying that Soren is flattering him by saying, "Well, it's only flattery if it ain't true." And he says, my intentions? Well, I intend to be a lover, someone who's there for him whenever he needs, someone who will love him, someone who will care for him, and just be there,
She will roll insight. You don't need to roll deception or persuasion, because I assume that this is correct on your character's part.
No, he's lying. He's absolutely using. No, I'm just
Hey,
kidding.
yo, what's that deception? Hey, yo, why is our deception so high?
My misconceptions!
The real master deceiver the entire time was not Morrigan, but Soren.
Oh my god.
All right.
With his deception
Out here
roll of
fighting your
+1.
style.
Okay.
He's out here playing 5D chess.
So she stares at you for a little longer, and then she goes from having a serious expression to a smile, and she puts her finger gun away. Ah, then yes, it does seem as if you are genuine. Agree?
Well, if I ain't genuine, I ain't myself. That's no way to live a life, in my opinion.
That is a statement I appreciate.
Plus, I'm a terrible liar in general, so that's not something I practice. He shrugs with a grin.
You would not have made it through Master Mel's training.
Oh no, I wouldn't. He just
Oh, Agarius, you have picked a wonderful partner. He's so genuine and so big and strong.
Yes, it is pretty good.
Yes. Have the two of you done anything yet?
I mean, like, we've held hands and I mean, I don't know. Like, what? I don't think we need to talk about this, mother.
Tell me, Soren, do you know about kobold breathing habits? I have a book or two that could lend you aid in this instance.
No, mother, do not give him a breathing book. That's gross.
I want grandkids, Agarius.
You'll get them. Just give me a little time.
But he is male. How can you give grandkids with male? If you are male, you must go female, so it can give you the eggs instead. That's how things work, Agarius. I am sorry to say.
well, I'm male right now. No, he doesn't say that.
Oh, I think Agarius has that taken care of. And she just gives a very sly grin to him.
Oh.
The
Has
kobold
she-
develops sweat glands.
Has she mentioned Agathar's like full true name yet?
No, she is not.
Okay, so Soren is going to say, if I could make a request, ma'am, at no point when you're talking with me, could you please just at no point mention your last name? I already know his true first name, and there is someone who could use that against him, and I don't want to be the one to give it to him. She knows my full name.
Enchantment specialist, eh? Another one of Lucas's linchpins, I would assume, correct?
I've fallen under her sway once already. Something has come up recently that might have taken that control away from her, but I'd much rather not take the chance.
Wait, you. Oh, go for Renswa.
I mean, I think you were about to say about the same thing.
You
think
go
so,
ahead,
too.
Renswa.
Yeah, but you take it.
Francois, because like her ears twitch at the mention of linchpins as she's just like, wait, so then you know about Lucas.
Did you have your name mentioned yet?
I don't think so. No.
She goes to respond and she holds up a hand like, what is your name?
Apologies.
Oh,
My
and
name is Francois.
yes, and the name of your two compatriots? Neatal here. She gestures to Vani.
Vani.
Alright, anyway, now that I know their names, please continue. What
Yes,
is, what do, sorry.
You know of Lucas and the Archmages.
Oh, but of course, Francois, I was one of Master Mel's students. I don't see why I would not know of these things.
Were you a linchpin?
Sadly not. I did not have the spark.
Francois kind of like shares a look with Agathar, but doesn't
Yeah.
mention it.
Yeah, for sure he gives you the same look.
She like looks between the two of you looking at each other. Insight.
Sure.
Deception from both of
Yeah.
you.
Oh no. I'm
But
so bad at deception.
same.
Oh, no. Oh no! Alright.
Well,
The both of you looking sus as fuck. And yeah, and she looks at the two of you like I'm sorry, am I missing something here? Is there something that you have not told me, Agarius?
I'm just a little
She stares at
surprised
you.
that you knew of the archmages and stuff. I wasn't under the impression that that information would be accessible to students of the archmages. I
She
thought there
stares
was
at
a
you
bit
even
more
harder.
lock and key.
He starts a little recoiling in on himself.
Agarius, please tell your mama what it is that you are keeping from her. Please.
Do you know anything about Lucas? Like, his intentions, his whereabouts?
I will give what I know about Lucas once Agarius gives me what he is keeping from his mother.
Okay, Mama, fine. I'm the linchpin of necromancy.
My baby boy, the linchpin to Mel? Oh! Oh! It is so... And you see, like, the room begin to shake as things levitate around her. And you know it's not from anger, it's just from sheer overwhelming pride and joy. As she rushes over to you and she clasps your hands in her own, and she's just starts hopping up and down with you, just like, oh, my child is the necromancy linchpin. Yes, yes, so many thousands of yeses.
It is so fucking hard for him to not absorb that kind of energy right now. But he does kind of give like a little smile.
Is that why your hands are so cold? Is that why they're see-through? Did you? Oh no, you did necromancy you were not ready for. Shame on you for hurting yourself this way. And she kind of like bats at you a couple times.
But Mother, I had to do it. It's a long story.
And you, she points to Soren, you allowed him to hurt himself in this manner. Where were you at this time?
Somewhere Valen smiling.
We were at Master Mel's.
We had no idea who was doing this.
Oh.
And making sure that we did not find out is, as you know, exactly something Master Mel would do.
Ah, yes. This is correct. Oh, that Master Mel of ours.
Made sure I was okay.
Okay, at least there is that. I am no longer upset at the situation. It was a teaching moment. I understand now. But look at your hands. They are so... Oh. At least you did not lose your eyes.
Yes, me too, Mother. I've only punched a couple of times above my weight class. I've only done it a few times, but I don't.
Oh,
I'm a bit more.
Oh, and you will have to tell me about each of these things. But secondly, she points her finger gun at you, Renswell. What are your intentions with my child? Oh, no, wait, sorry. You were one of Master Mel's students. I trust them empirically. She then points the finger gun at Neatal. And you, what are your intentions with my child? Neatal just kind of goes, just kind of like lifts her hands up like, ho, no intentions over here, ma'am. I'm just, you know.
I'm his sister.
Yeah, I'm his sister. She points to Soren. Oh,
Mother.
Understood. She will insight Neatal. She insights Neatal. She sees Neatal begin to sweat. Neatal sweats even more. She stares her down.
We're all fucking terrible liars in this room.
She then
I'm just waiting for us to get back to the caravan, and Amalia is just looking terrified, and we go like, "What's up?" Amalia is just like, "This scary ghost lady just appeared inside this caravan just suddenly and asked me what my intentions were with her child."
I
Yeah,
told her I
bef-
ate him once.
Only
bef-
once, though. He's fine.
Before Baba Boris gets the chance, Rinswell will kind of slightly step between her and Vani. And Vani here is the sister of the third of Master Mal's students, which is why I wanted to ask you about Lucas. He's taken our brother.
Ah, but of course. I suppose you were all fine then. She kind of like puts the finger gun away, and Neatal visibly relaxes. And you, she points at Neatal again. Neatal's like, huh! Hands up, like, huh! Make your intentions known before it is too late. You never know. At any rate, on to other things. She turns to you, Renslaw. You wanted to know about Lucas. Well, Mama Moores knows a bit about him. He's a little, how shall we say? He is a shit heel.
Unhinged?
Yes, that too. More unhinged than Mel ever was. She
Just kind of under her breath, and that's saying something.
she makes a spitting motion at the ground, but nothing comes out. Oh, Gary, a spit for Mama, please. Do you spit for her?
Yeah, he just like looks at her, just does a little spit on the ground.
I'm
Thank
just
you.
picturing him trying to do the fucking the Mulan thing where she tries to spit and just kind of
You know what?
That doesn't exit very well.
Oh,
He's
Gary,
not
you'll
used
need
to spitting.
Gary, you need to practice your spits. I will ask your husband next.
What? We're not married yet.
Ah, yet being the key word, son.
I,
At any rate, so.
oh my god.
Oh, mein
Soren's,
Gott.
Oh my god.
Soren's just over here smiling and just kind of chuckling quietly to himself.
At any rate, so yes, what Mama Moores knows about Lucas. I know that Lucas is a wanderer. He travels around all over the place, going here and there and so on and so forth. I know that he is a frightful presence with his enchantment magics, but I thankfully have never been subjected to them. Being a member of Mel's tutelage, I had particular protections, shall we say. Of course, it seems as if those protections are a bit out the window for the two of you, it seems. As for intentions with your brother, I am uncertain as to what they could. I can theorize all day with you, but I have no idea where the man has gone.
Rinswell will kind of sigh, but give a light nod. That seems to be Lucas's MO. Just no one knows where he's going.
I will say, though, there is one thing that Mama Moores was a bit more privy to. And that was, I recall him saying that he was a grand fan of theatrical performances. And I
Agathar,
believe I remember speaking to one of his linchpins, saying that there are a few shows that he will never miss. As to what they are, I have no clue as to if that was true or not, or perhaps a lie on his part that he had his linchpin feed to me. I will never know. But
This linchpin, did you ever get the name?
sadly, no, I didn't.
Agathar will. I don't think he knows minor illusion.
Were they a fucking bitch?
Were they a bitch? He could
Their
use
first name, the
prestidigitation.
first letter of their name is B too, so it fits.
He'll use prestidigitation to make a small token of Bethany. But was it this individual?
Hmm. Yes, I believe it was. She was such a sad, sad child.
Sad?
Yes. A sad child.
Soren's eyes are narrowing as she describes Bethany.
We have met.
That must have been some time ago then.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. That must have been a long time ago, but Bethany is. I thought Bethany was like a. Was she young? How young was she?
Hmm. Mama Morse would say she was roughly early teens. I think I met her about 5 or 6 years ago. This is back before you were even born, Agathars.
Yeah. Well, we ran into Bethany. We have known of her.
Hmm.
She's the one that was able to take control of me.
Ah, so that was her power.
Mm-hmm. But only if she knows your true name, which it wasn't my true name, it was just the one I was going by at the time.
Well, then it must. Maybe in your heart it is considered your true name.
Yes, that is typically how some things.
Yeah.
I am beginning to accept that.
Luckily for Agarius here, he doesn't tend to go by his true name, and most don't know what name Master Mel is currently going by at any given time to guess at mine.
Hmm. Master Mel was never one. Was always a paranoid sort. For good reason, some might say.
Agatha Red Swan 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flash cuts to Valen dying and bringing Paul back.
Yes, something of that sort.
Something along that, yeah.
Ah. Then you have
Still,
seen
though.
firsthand.
Still, though, it may not be much to go on, but it's that theater is more than we've been getting, so
Yeah, it's more
you have my
information.
deepest thanks.
She smiles. I am so happy to have been a boon to you in this instance. Now, Agarius, are these all of your traveling companions, or are there more?
There are more. Um, but the immediate ones are about right here. I mean, there is one.
Hmm. Is this the one you spoke of that betrayed, that hurt you?
So
Yes.
just kind of looks at the ground.
Yes, she is. But we've discussed it, and well, moving on. I don't know if I would say moving on, but we're looking through it.
Hmm. Then
Meanwhile,
bring
Morgan, you
them.
try to commit one genocide and suddenly you're the bad person.
Oh, someday I am the asshole.
Then you should bring them to me. They can help resolve these things.
No, mother. I'm handling it. It's okay.
Yes, but I wish to meet this person that hurt you so.
Now Agathar looks very nervous.
So does Soren,
Mm.
honestly.
Francois just looks uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Vonnie is just eating.
She just has her fucking coffee beans in a bag, just chewing.
You brought a snack from outside into another
Just
person's
like-
home
just
and is just
fucking
eating in
watching.
their presence. The asshole.
But it's just like, what? She's a ghost. She can't eat it.
Agathar looks
You
at.
woke us up too early. I need some energy.
That's fair. Agathar looks at his mom. I will bring her in, but I need you to promise me no soul sucking, no drainies until, you know, I don't want her to die, mother.
I understand you want her to suffer. Then
No.
yes, I can agree to this.
She suffered enough, mother.
Has she?
Yes.
Hmm. I will need a persuasion from you.
Okay, I will do.
You have
I only
advantage
promise-
on this
Okay,
And-
because you are her
Soren-
precious boy.
I feel
what do you
I
wanna
should
say,
have
Soren?
fish.
He's already got advantage, but Soren would try to say something to try to help out here.
Go for it. It could lower the DC.
And hoping that, you know, being Agathar's lover, she would take his word into consideration as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he's basically just going to say, like, we want to give her another chance. And like he said, she's been through a lot. So
Yes.
please don't hurt her.
Besides, Master Mel likes her.
Hmm.
Such a bold-faced lie. It hurts.
She
likes
likes
messing
Morgan,
with her.
and that, yeah.
I don't know
She
if that's
thinks
true
Morgan-
either. I think they like Morgan's done enough to piss off Mel.
Morgan definitely hates Mel.
All right.
But Mel
hates
respects game is game. Mel
Morgan. Yeah, game is
respects-
game.
That's
Yeah.
basically it. Yeah.
All right. Oh, go ahead and roll your persuasion.
Okay, I feel like being her precious little baby egg, I should have proficiency, but I will take advantage. Fuck.
12. Okay. She looks between you and then Soren and so on. She's like, if Master Mel has respect for her, I shall give respect back. Fine, no soul sucking and no torturing her soul either. I promise on my non-living heart.
Thank you, mother. I'll go fetch her. He will.
No. Your boyfriend can do that. I have actually no wait. You there in the background who have not been speaking. Vanni, yes, you may go do this. I want to show more of my lovely little child's baby pictures to his boyfriend.
No, you really. I could take care of it, mother. You don't have to worry about that.
No. It is a rite of passage at this rate, where a mother shows off the young child pictures of their child to their other spouse.
No.
Please allow me to embarrass you so much you shit yourself. Just like you did when you were a baby. It was so cute.
So,
In Agathar's mind, he's like, I hope you're enjoying this.
tell me, Vonnie, are you going to be going to get Morgan?
Yeah. There's probably no way that I could do this subtly. Oh well.
What are you trying to
Not
do?
Given Vonnie might have overheard Agathar and Lana talking about this being a very powerful undead.
Uh-huh.
I was just thinking about something.
What were you thinking about, bud?
Aggressive action.
Just divine sense. But that'd probably be a very bad idea.
I mean, if you want to do
That's right.
divine sense, you certainly can. Whatever happens will happen. Smile.
Man, I wonder if the undead is here. Stares at the ghost.
More of how many are there here? But nah. Vonnie will go grab Morgan.
Okay. So yeah, you make your way through the woods back to the cart, and what do you say as you step back in? And Eloise kind of like looks over to you. What happened?
Party's dead. Let's move out.
Well, Agathar's mother is a ghost. Interrogating everyone. Are now just showing off baby pictures. I'll have to speak to Morgan.
There hasn't been a fight.
No. Also, Agathar has an accent now. I don't know how I feel about that.
What he has an accent? What does it sound like?
You ever hear yourself speak?
Oh, he has a Viorian accent.
Yes.
The kobold from Viori.
Yes.
What a fucking shocker.
Weren't you supposed to be the
What
smart
a
one?
surprised face.
I was saying that sarcastically. I know that you may struggle with this. In the future, I will be more blunt. As she
First of
kind
all,
of like
meet
wiggles to
Morgan.
get up.
Be nice.
What?
She'll help you up. Be nice to people.
I was being insulted.
Saying you have an accent is hardly insulted.
Being told, oh, you're supposed to be the smart one, is not a jab. That's what I thought.
You're
As I
used to
start
those.
walking- as I start to walk with the chains jingling behind me.
All right. Eloise comes along with you. Give me just a second.
Even Eloise couldn't. Couldn't argue against it.
Y'all gotta see this.
I mean, Eloise is also the only person with counterspell. Well,
I mean, I got it.
She is one of the people with counterspell.
She has more slots of counterspell than I do.
She has more slots of counterspell than most people.
She has more slots.
All right. So yeah. Oh. Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
Morgan arrives with the others, jingling chains as her arms are pinned behind her back.
As you and Eloise kind of like walk up to the house and inside of it, Vani, do you return with them?
Yes.
As we arrive, Morgan closes her eyes, and as she opens them, there's like a pinpoint of light in her forehead for a split second as I switch my vision over to ethereal.
Okay.
Noise.
All right. So as you make your way into the house, I will say that you would also note that whenever you switch to your ethereal sight, you notice that your colors are a little bit faded in certain aspects or switched around a little bit. And things you're seeing are a bit more in grayscale. And upon approach, you kind of like make your way up here. Francois probably moves over here. And you see this specter hanging out in front of Agathar and Soren, showing off a bunch of illusions of little baby Agathar getting into trouble.
Yeah, she's just walking up these steps, the shink, shunk, shink, shunk.
And this is him playing with his favorite little ball. It rolled right over him. He was so small. It shows him with a soccer ball getting rolled over.
So soccer is a sport in this world.
I mean, it's basically a soccer ball, not like an actual soccer ball, like the sport soccer, but like a ball you would kick around.
A kickball.
Yes.
Boom.
Kunk.
And as you kind of like arrive, she kind of like looks up and goes, "Ah, and this is the one, yes."
Yes, mother. This is Morgan.
Hmm.
You're more see-through than the last time I saw you.
Oh, am I now? And what makes you say that?
A memory. I was asked to come out here after my bondage. Assumed there was some meaning for this.
Yes. There is indeed reason for your being out here. Both you'll notice that she has an aura around her.
Bum,
Uh,
bum.
uh, that aura is shifting between a dark black, a red crimson, and a light green.
I know these colors.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, they're Morrigan's colors.
Oh my god.
Except the green is yellow for her.
Yeah. Well, what you would know, in fact, you and Agathar can both roll. Oh no, wait, Agathar, you just know what these are. Would you like to roll me an Arcana check, Oregon?
19.
Okay. You would know that these are aura colors that register emotions. You see that she is a mixture of distrustful, hateful, and enraged towards you specifically. I
Morgan
hear.
doesn't share. Morgan doesn't seem to have much of an expression on her, just kind of staring blankly at them.
I hear you hurt my young child. Might I ask
Side eyes
why?
Agathar. It was required.
Acquired for what, pray tell?
To sunder Vuori.
And you are the, Orphan Throw, correct?
I am.
You see her aura shift away from that black and crimson to, and that light green to a more gray and silver, which you would know are depressed and sad, with a bit of brown to it, which is bitterness. Then you have my sympathies. You'll then hear a whisper in your ear. I wish you would have succeeded.
Not much of a change in expression in Morrigan.
But I see you are in chains now.
I was given the opportunity to continue to breathe. A small price.
I understand. Mercy, yes?
It's mercy and the fact that we wish to keep her around. Because despite everything, she's still part of the family.
A family of non-kobolds, it seems.
Yes, the family can be relative or found.
I'm aware of this thing.
Morgan side-eyeing you, Agathar, rather hard.
He gives her a side eye back.
She sighs again. You'd probably note that whenever she looks over to Agarius, there's a there's a vermilion tinge to her aura, which is happiness, and then with a bit of golden light to it as well, before it kind of fades to just a simple brilliant rose coloration, which is love. It then kind of like slowly shifts away from those colors to simple silver and gray again. It is fine. I have gotten the measurement of this one's character.
So you slowly get dragged back to the carts. Like, oh, well, that was my time in the yard, it seems.
No, it doesn't happen like that.
You get sent to the Shadow Realm.
You get sent to Brazil.
Morgan vanishes, going to the ethereal, to the astral plane. As everyone's just like, wait, where'd they go?
No. So she gestures to the seat. You may all sit here. Agarius, you have not gotten that wine yet.
Oh, right. I'll go get that.
We are meant to be good, gracious hosts to our guests, and yet you have not gotten them their wine yet, their drink. Go, my child.
I am going. I'm going. He will give everybody a nod. And he'll go towards where they're Now the family has a cellar and a secret basement, or is the secret basement the cellar?
Yes.
Both.
Okay, all right. He will go to where he left it open, because he just like left that shit open and ran off with Douglas. So he'll.
I think Morgan kind of like takes a step closer to Soren, elbowing it, like nudging into him slightly. She's gonna attempt to whisper to him.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know if it. Yeah, she whispers to Soren, "Do not let him go alone."
He nods and he looks back at Moors and says, "Would it be all right if I offered to help him? I'd like to give him a hand, depending on how big these wine bottles are."
I don't see why he couldn't carry them by himself, but if you want to be alone with your partner, I see no issues with it.
Yes, I could use a hand. I'm strong for a kobold, but I don't know if I could lift a gallon of.
They are bottles, not whole crates. Agarius, don't be so silly.
Fair enough.
I mean, part of it is I just want to be with him.
Come on, Soren.
Then yes, please, go. And the two of you rush off, leaving just Morgan, Neatal, Vani, and Rinsois awkwardly sitting in this room with Moors. Yes, but I have yet to introduce myself to your new patron. My name is Moors, but you may call me Mama Moors if you so desire. So, what have the lot of you encountered on your journeys thus far? Agarius has told me about so many of your misadventures thus far. About a couple of your misadventures, but not too many of them thus far. Renswell, you might be muted again.
Yeah, Morgan just doesn't respond
Hello.
really. She takes like steps under the step and settles down. Her chains kind of jingling behind her.
Okay, no, it is picking me up.
Yes, it is picking you up now.
Yeah. Renswell would kind of look about and seeing no one else kind of putting forward any ideas, she would be like, well, there was our little foray through Drlam's tower.
Really now? And seeing as how you were all here, I would and not utterly insane, I would imagine you stopped early.
No, actually, we graduated.
You graduated through that mad mage's tower? I am very impressed. And it was all of you? Neatal shakes her head. I wasn't there. I'm part of a different team.
I just joined up recently.
Yes. To unprove. And is it just yourself and this small one here? Speaking of, I never got your name. She looks to you.
Aggie introduced her.
Yes, never mind.
Never gave
Miss
Eloise his name though.
Yeah, Miss Morgan. You know, I have not been introduced to this one. She gestures to Eloise, who just kind of gestures back. I'm Eloise, this one's sister. Gosh. Sister. Might as well be at this.
Just turns her head away.
So many family, so many relatives. It's almost as if we are having the feast of thanks today. Oh, I am so sorry I cannot provide each of you a much more warmer home, a bit more comfy than this old shack.
It's not so much worse off than Mel's hut. She just kind of grins slightly.
You are
Like
not
a
wrong.
sarcastic huff and laugh, almost huff laugh from Morgan at the idea of this like rickety old house being just like Mel's.
You are not wrong about that, but be careful saying that around her. She might poison your food again.
She'll do that regardless.
Oh, and you are right about that. I
Or
miss.
sneak meat into it again.
Oh, I see you were a vegetarian.
Yeah, well, I was trained in the druidic arts, so not necessarily a requirement, but personal taste.
Of course, I understand. I really wish Master Mel would not do such things. But, of course, only through strife.
May one gain strength.
Yes, exactly. And she'll kind of just sigh contentedly. Just lean back, floating on an invisible chair. And
Let's see.
yeah, I was about to ask, do you guys have anything you want to do or say to this person?
Normally I'd be more talkative, but I feel like in Morgan's current state, she's the least talkative. She unless directed.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. I'm rolling to see how
Holding.
spicy Renswell wants to be.
Ooh.
If she wants to be a cheeky bit. No.
Oh, but that's so low. You should be spicy.
Hard to determine what is the result you want, low or high.
I was thinking high for high spice levels.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Mm,
Tragic.
I was debating whether she was gonna be like, well, there was also that one time that Agathar made his own wife.
spit out whatever ectoplasm swishing around in her mouth.
Just fucking throw him under the bus.
Oh no! I want that so badly. Damn it! Gib, please. It'd be so choice.
So was
Don't
the
get me in
then she,
trouble.
and then she just asks, so was the living one the first one, or was the revenant his first one?
He's a necromancer. What do you think?
Oh! Oh!
Sora just Agathar just suddenly falls down the stairs.
Oh,
This
jeez.
fucking Family Guy falls.
Yeah.
At any rate, so yes, are you going to bring that up?
That's up to G-Man.
Dude, Agathar's not in the room, so that's
It's free game.
Unfortunate, dude. It's your character. That's up to you. I'm just
You
gonna have
had-
to deal with it.
You had the ammo.
No, I'm that person. Renswa's not. Don't worry, I'm equally upset.
Damn it! Ah! All right, fine.
No, she would though say, well, there was the time he revived a young black dragon, created an entire new body for him.
My son did that? Oh,
Yeah,
that is so
yeah,
powerful.
that's the whole arms thing.
I understand. I understand. Oh, that is so powerful of him. Oh, I would ask him to make me a body, but no son should work on their mother's own body.
Oh, yes, well,
Agatha going down
I
the stairs.
was-
Man, it feels like I missed a bullet.
yeah, well, I wasn't particularly pleased with him after he did it. Not for the action, but rather the whole being unconscious for 6 days and worrying me sick part.
Ah, so that was the result of his necromantic backlash, yes?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Master Mel assured me he would be okay, but, well,
I understand. You worry for him. I worried for him too. I smacked him a couple times for using such harsh necromantic energies without any proper safety measures, but he assured me Master Mel was there, and that is all the safety precautions one needs for those particular things.
yeah. Usually, she won't just let you die. She'll let you get close. It's part of the learning experience.
Ah, yes. I recall one time that I animated a flesh golem, and, well, I did not properly place the control rods into its flesh, and it went a little berserk. It almost crushed me to death if not for Master Mel's intervention. I couldn't walk for a week afterwards.
There was more than one, morning walk to ruminate on nature that just ends with her leaving me in the bramble.
Ah, yes. I remember those walks well. It was always so terrifying to have to run back home.
The first few times, perhaps.
But you get used to it.
There's a beauty to the bramble. Its resilience.
Tell me, have you ever studied it?
Uh, more, more than most.
Hmm. So that was the field of study you concentrated on. As you can see, my field of study was specters, ghosts, and the like. The soul, shall we say?
Yeah, mostly the bramble and she kind of flicks a hand like under her ear and like the side of her neck and kind of draws out a large grouping of spores that will kind of swirl about her before kind of receding back into her fur.
Hmm. Sporific magic. Quite wonderful, quite intriguing. Might I ask for a small donation of them?
Of of what sorts?
Well, I require life force to maintain myself, yes? And, well, that life force can come from most anything. But I find myself feeling a bit parched, shall we say, from all these magic use. So, a few mushrooms you are not caring about, a few spores you do not care about, and I will be right as rain once more.
Well, she kind of glances about the house. Certainly has. Is there a particularly damp corner?
Hmm.
Moisture and darkness is going to be their favorite combination.
I would say that that corner over there is probably best for that.
Yeah. She'll kind of check out the area, kind of, you know, poking at the dirt, poking through what used to be the floorboards. It should be decent enough conditions.
Roll me. Your passive perception is like an 18, right?
Yeah.
You would also notice as you're kind of like moving over to this particular patch of wet earth and soil that there is a lack of insects in this entire house. And you see more than a few dried up husks of spiders and flies that have made their way in to try and make a home before they perished.
Get their souls slurp.
Yeah, pretty much.
She took a straw and just poked.
Oh, piece of candy.
Yes, literally.
She brings out a silly straw. This was going to be Agathars.
God damn it! Just like Agathar, the saga is inherited in the family. I'm sure your boyfriend will appreciate it.
I wanted to get him one of those hats with the silly straws, but I couldn't find any.
And I can't make one. And Mama Morse can't make one because she is incorporeal.
And even when I was alive, I mostly only knew how to sew flesh.
I made some flesh straws, but it grossed them out.
You beat me to it.
I'm sorry.
All right.
No, it's perfect.
So yeah.
So it made the water taste like hot dogs.
It made it taste like Steven.
Oh my god.
But yeah, she'll nod in satisfaction of the conditions in the area and kind of start, breaking, like pulling off small portions of some of her mushrooms and going about planting them.
All right. Roll me a wisdom check at advantage.
Straight wisdom, huh?
E.
Give me that whiz.
6.
6.
A 1 and a 2.
Oh my
Because
god.
fuck my life.
I mean, it's okay. Like, you didn't need much of a success. Like these are like your natural mushrooms. These are like your necromantic focus. So like, you basically plant these down, and they don't grow necessarily as fast as you would think they should, but that's literally because of the nature of the place that they're currently trying to grow in. But you do manage to grow a small patch of like 4 or 5.
Yeah, that should be a good start. I would say, give them time to propagate. They should naturally begin spreading on their own as long as they are given time.
Yes. May I have one of them now? Or would that interrupt the
one.
growing process?
One should be fine.
Oh, I thank you for this. You are a wonderful sister, no?
I try to be.
Yeah, she'll walk over to the patch of 5 mushrooms. She'll daintily lay her finger on one of them, and you'll watch a ethereal blue aura envelop it before she lifts it off the mushroom, as what remains of the mushroom goes and just like shrivels into nothingness, as if it just died all of a sudden. As she takes that single spark of blue aura that is vaguely mushroom shaped and then pops it in her mouth and siphons it away. You see her form kind of pulse ever so slightly. Ah, a wonderful. Your necromantic magic makes it far stronger and more, how shall we say, more appetizing. I think Discord may be acting up for Renspaw again.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I zoned out.
She basically ate the mushroom soul, and then she said, your necromantic magic made it exceptionally strong and tasty.
Well, I learned from the best.
But of course you would. And then she takes a seat back in the air again, as we go to Agathar and Soren. The two of you make your way down this set of stairs and eventually find yourselves at the bottom of a dark room. I'd imagine Soren probably pulls out a torch.
Actually, no. He has dark vision
What? How?
through the transmutation archmage ring.
No, yeah, you're right about that.
Yep,
Aggie
dark
also
vision.
has dark vision.
I know you have
Dark vision. Yeah, dark
I have
vision
it.
out to a range of 60 feet.
I have it up to 90 because of the stone.
Very fancy, very fancy. Okay. So yeah, as the two of you make your way downstairs, and you find yourselves in the middle of a dim room with no light source to speak of, and various cages lining the right-hand wall, and on the left-hand wall, a operating table with various instruments upon it. And towards the back you guys would see a large collection of bookcases, a sacrificial altar in the middle of all these bookcases that has dark stains all over the center of it and the sides in the middle, alongside a small rack of wine bottles off to the left that look as if they have been disturbed but not tampered. In that, like, some of the bottles are like off the shelf and laying on the floor instead, as if someone had picked them up and then put them back down, thinking better of taking them.
Agathar does not make it far in this room, as he's kind of standing near the base of it, seeing this place, and staring at a particular cage, as he just kind of takes in his surroundings.
And
I think-
Soren, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Soren would kind of notice Agathar's breathing kind of starts getting progressively heavier.
And he's gonna walk in, like probably take a few more steps in than Agathar does, and he's then gonna notice that he's not following. And hearing the breathing, he turns around. He says, "Hey, everything all right, Muffin?"
I don't know what to do.
What do you mean?
I wasn't expecting her to be here. I wasn't expecting her to be a ghost. I wasn't expecting her to be such like Morgan. I don't know what to do.
Hey. We can. He's gonna run up and just like pick Agathar up and just hold him close and say, "We don't have to worry about it right now. It seems. It doesn't look like she wants to hurt anybody. What? Like, why? What were you expecting?"
I don't know. I was expecting her to be, I don't know, a bit more heartless, but I wasn't. I was hoping this place would just be empty. Then we would be gone from now. I'm having full conversations with my mother, and all of you have met her, and I don't. She's such like Morgan, and I want to. I hope her to see that, you know, like we tried to do with Morgan, but I don't know what to do. I don't want to kill her. I don't want to help her, but I don't want to kill her. I don't know what to do.
Well, do we have to do anything?
I don't. I can't just leave. I can't just leave her behind. I can't just do that. She's gonna expect an answer from me.
An answer to what?
If I would help her. If I would help her be alive again. And she mentioned about getting father back, and I don't. They're dangerous people, but I don't think I can convince my father, but I think I can with her, but I don't know. I wasn't able to convince Morgan. Why the hell would I be able to convince her?
He continues to hold Agathar close, and he says, "Well, for one, Morgan ain't your mother. I would hope that has something to do with it. Like, you're her son. Maybe she'd be willing to listen to you. She did love you, right? She seems very kind in many respects."
I mean, yeah, she's. I mean, it's obvious. I'm her precious son, but I think. And he like closes his eyes as he's like trying so hard not to fall into a miniature panic. he will like try to do Soren's like breathing technique that he showed him, um, and he like lets out a long exhale as he composes himself a little bit better after a moment, and he just now he like holds onto Soren in an embrace.
And
And
Soren was helping out and helping out as much as he could by just like putting his basically putting his muzzle close to Agathar's. Goes, that's right, love, breathe, just breathe.
I think I can make good progress considering her current form. If I can make it um I don't know. It's convincing her of that stuff isn't gonna happen in a day, but her time is limited. And I don't know if I could risk the safety of people, especially the people of the races that she hates. I would just be creating a monster.
Hey, that kind of hatred doesn't just dissipate overnight.
And then
It
it doesn't. And look, and he just like looks. He just like kind of does the hand motion towards the altar and the cages. Look what she has done. The families that she's ripped apart. How can I just let that go? I love her, but she's a danger, and I don't know if I can convince her to start seeing a different way. Is that the risk I'm willing to take?
and Soren's is going to just hold him so close, just kind of like clutch him and go, I'm sorry, Buffin. I don't think that's an answer I can give you. That's one you have to find yourself.
Agatha will just heavily nuzzle into Soren. Um, there's probably a few beats of silence before a small kind of laugh escapes his mouth as he says, "Well, at least she approves of you, and she is approval of the family right now, but I'm just glad that she approves my partner. I haven't told her about Soifang yet. I think I will, but I don't know."
Maybe, no, hopefully, Renswa doesn't tell her about her.
Morgan's
Yeah.
like, hey, by the way, you have like 2 grandkids coming.
Yeah.
And there being one other evident.
I thought I'd just rip that band-aid off for you.
My grandchildren, yes.
Hope you like
Yeah,
squirrels.
yeah, your son fucks like a maniac.
Yeah, the sword's going to is going to say, this is one of those rare moments where I'm actually happy for that I actually care about how I was born. He kind of says with a light chuckle. Normally I don't give a shite, but here we are.
Yeah. Thank you, and I'm sorry for going ahead. I was going to get you guys, but then I heard her voice, and then yeah, I genuinely was going to get you guys. I wasn't trying to do anything myself.
And Soren's gonna rub the back of Agathar's head and go, "That's good because we had this talk." He says warmly as he says, "You don't have to do everything alone."
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for coming to get us, though.
You're welcome. I wasn't expecting. I wasn't sure how this was going to go down, but we always have to prepare for a fight. And in this case, it's with an almost lich. So, it wasn't going to be easy.
No, but we fought hard before.
That is true. Um,
And sorry I haven't busted out the accent yet. I guess I kind of got lost with not having it around, and then with Morrigan, it kind of came back in the back of my head, and being home, it just kind of it came out.
And Soren chuckles. It just kind of nuzzles him and goes, "It's quite lovely, actually."
He blushes. Do you want me to continue with it, or?
He just takes a deep breath and looks Agathar in the eye and goes, "You can do what you want. I'll love you the same either way. Just like I still love you the same way even after seeing your baby pictures," he says with a smile.
Oh God, he blushes hard. I can't wait for what Soy Fang would say about that.
I'm afraid he says, "I'm afraid I have you at a disadvantage because should we see my parents, they won't have anything like that of me."
Ah, damn it! I wanted to see your baby pictures. I wanted to see.
We'll have to
Maybe.
find me fosters.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, consider put that on the list. He'll lean up and boop his snoot with Soren's.
And Soren will reply with his own.
All right. Well, let us check the wine and then let's not keep her waiting.
Aye. And remember, if you need anything, all you gotta do is tell me, okay?
Of course.
Just like I told her, and I promised her, I'm here for you. Whatever you need.
I think I just need you around. But you know, always be ready.
He chuckles at the "I just need you around." He goes, "I think I can manage that."
And I hope the accent is good information for the girls. I'm sure they didn't have that in their pockets. And he just glances at Migi and Hidari's sheets with a kind of a small smirk.
Oh yeah, no, we're putting him in a French maid uniform with that accent.
Sora just kind of smirks and he goes, and it doesn't say anything.
What was that?
Oh
It's
no,
just like to be fair, we drew him in that before, regardless.
And also, to be fair, it's
We're just doing
probably
it
not that
again
hard.
because of the accent.
It's also probably not that hard to get him to wear one.
Okay, look, hey, Soren, friend, buddy, pal, master of our swords, and so on and so forth. Would you be so kind as to get him to say the following line?
He just says a sigh and out loud so Agathar can hear. He just goes, "I." He hasn't told him what they said to him yet.
Oh, Mr. Wanderwind, you have such a dirty floor. Allow me to clean it for you.
No, fuck you, Shad.
I
I don't know what I'm more upset by, you doing that or me immediately clocking what it's from.
Which I guess I should be glad that I haven't clocked what it's from yet. Please don't tell me.
I'll tell you after stream.
Pure.
That'll be a post stream thing.
So Sora just kind of like rolls his head backwards and goes, "Oh, for the love of the gods!" It's just in a joking tone.
What? What did they say?
Would you be willing to say, in your accent, or in that accent, "Mr. Wonderwind, you have such dirty floors. Would you mind if I clean them for you?"
He blushes a little bit and kind of like his muzzle scrunches, but not in like the angry way of just like a like stifling a laugh. He exhales and
You can hear the girls in the background going, "Do it, do it, do it."
Before Agathar actually does it, he just goes, "For context, they are wanting to throw you in a maid outfit."
Well, Mr. Wonderland, if you just wanted to see me in such a maid outfit, you can just always ask. Besides, who else is going to clean your dirty floors?
Megan, Megan and Hidari both are like, close enough. We'll work with it.
I want so badly for you to all both of you turn to the stairs and just see Smudge staring down at you with those two little prick eyes.
Soren just kind of goes like, well, I mean, I'm usually the one that claims that. Oh, that was okay, and his ears just kind of like flop, and you can feel his face kind of start getting warm as his fur starts to stand out, and goes, that was a flirt, wasn't it?
Maybe. Who knows? I don't.
Oh, gods, I love you.
More squealing. They're scribbling him in a traveler outfit now.
Wait, the mask doesn't work. Fuck! It's not the same.
Wait.
He will...
How do they work the mask when there's a muzzle on someone? If there's a muzzle on someone, how do they work the mask? Conspiracy theories. Continue, please.
Agathar will lean up in a bit more of a sultry, give him a little bit more of a sultry kiss on the lips, before he wiggles out of Soren's grip to get down and start collecting a bottle.
And Soren's just kind of stuck there standing for a second. His ears just flop down on the back of his head as he's just gathering what just happened.
All right.
And he then just like straightens out his suit jacket and goes, I missed you the last 7 days. Or I missed you those 7 days. And he goes to help with the wine.
All right. So the two of you collect 2 bottles of wine that are covered in dust and utterly aged. You kind of like brush them off a little bit. They're unlabeled bottles, but you can tell like one's a red wine, the other's a white wine based on like the coloration through the glass. And of course, you guys make your way back upstairs, and Agarius,
Aye.
as you're walking past the cages, you see a flicker of movement. And as you kind of like look over to the left, you see that one of the cages that wasn't occupied is now occupied by a human girl. A simple farm dress on, golden yellow locks, and looking a little bit emaciated and worn. Just sitting there, staring out, not really seeming to notice you or Soren or anything else in the surrounding area. But you see her.
He was going by, and when he stops and sees the movement, he focuses his attention on the specific movement, and when he realizes what it is, his face drops, and I think he almost drops the wine bottle, before he just has these flashes of imagery of seeing Douglas, then another person, then someone else he's seen, then Douglas again, and then this person and another person, as his visions just like rapidly flashes these memories of these trapped, caged people, and he stumbles backwards. And is there a torch sponson down here?
Yes, there are a couple.
Okay, he's going to go to one that's not... He's not going to go very far. He's going to snap at one to use prestidigitation to light it up.
It lights up immediately.
I'm assuming this would catch Soren's attention as he's doing this, unless Soren's already walked out. Yeah, so his head's gonna snap over to it, and
you see nothing.
And he's got the wine bottle in his right hand, but his left hand goes over the sheaths, and he goes, "What's wrong? What was that?"
He's staring into a cage,
With the light, does that help him see more of her?
About the same as you saw in the darkness. Like, they're a ghost. They don't have a lot of
Oh.
features and stuff. They're just kind of like a silver specter. But she doesn't seem to have anything really going. Her eyes are just kind of like staring straight ahead forward, and there is nothing but silver and gray to her aura.
Miss? Are, are, are you there?
There is no response.
One sec.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that accent makes my mouth dry. Well, I guess that's just what I'm doing now. I'm here for it. Is is she staring at anything in particular, or just like has the defeated, caged look of
Defeated, caged look of I'm going to die down here. There is nothing else.
He is going to step into her vision, wherever she's just staring, and just looks shocked and horrified. Um, Miss, can you hear me? Soren, are you seeing this? Quick question. Is the
Hold on.
cage?
Is Soren here currently?
I don't think he is. I think
Yeah,
he
I'm
said.
here.
Okay,
Oh,
there he is.
hi.
I'm here. He just replies, I do.
You don't see anything.
Oh, you don't see? Oh, I don't see it. He goes, no, I don't see anything.
No. No, she's.
What do you see?
There's a girl down. There's a girl. Is the cage closed?
It is closed currently. Still locked.
Hey, miss. He puts his hands on the cage. Hey. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Okay, one more time, sorry.
He's talking to the ghost. He says, "Can you hear me? Can you see me?" He's just like trying to get her to move.
Okay. Roll me an intelligence check.
Okay.
This is a spellcasting ability.
Okay. You said just int.
Yes. Light it.
Okay.
21.
Oh, thank God.
Yes. You snap your fingers a couple times, and her eyes do eventually look up at you and focus. And she says, "Oh, it's you again. Is it my time yet?"
Me? We've. Does he recognize this girl?
History. You do indeed. She was one of the prisoners that you fed and watered. Although after roughly a day or two, she stopped eating and drinking altogether. And then, after 2 days of you bringing her food and water, and her staring vacantly, she wasn't there anymore.
Did he ever? Did he ever get her to say her name?
No.
You. I remember you. You're still here. Oh, no.
Hmm. Yes, I am. I don't remember much. All I remember is I was here and I wasn't. I was in a confined space. And then I was broken free. And now I am here.
What is your name?
My name is Agarius.
Does Soren still not see this girl?
No. Agarius is just talking to himself.
Well, Agarius is also a necromancer, so Soren knows he's not crazy.
We were also talking to a ghost literally a minute ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, Soren is not the most intelligent person, but he's seen enough to put two and two together here.
I know. I'm memeing with you.
No.
So yeah, Summer. My name was Summer.
I'm sorry that you're here, Summer. I want to help you. I want to get you free and let you rest.
Are you going to let me out of the cage?
I will.
Don't do it. Don't do
I
it.
need to. I will, but I need to. I need to talk to someone first, but I swear I am going to get you out.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Coming
And
back.
as she kind of like her eyes unfocus again and she goes back to staring at nothingness. And as you blink, she is no longer there.
No. 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 And he just grabs the cage. No.
Rattle the cages.
No, come
Aggie,
back.
what happened?
There was a girl down there. I remembered her. Summer.
Is she, no, is she still there? Did she?
No.
What happened?
I told her I was gonna free her, and then I was going to confront my mother, and then she just disappeared. Does he know what that means?
He does not know, but you may roll a perception or intelligence of your choice. There will be different results depending on what you use.
My intelligence is better than just my perception.
Go for it. 14. You're a bit too panicked right now, a bit too emotional to really logically think through what just happened or what's happening around you in general. You're just kind of like worried and concerned. You're like, shit, did I miss my one chance? Fuck, I don't really know. But what you do know about ghosts with that 30 from earlier, that near 30 from earlier, is that they don't typically leave spots. So like there's a bit of comfort there in that if you can't see her, it does not mean that she's not necessarily there anymore.
He's choosing to not be seen.
That is
Sort
a
of.
thing. That is a thing that ghosts can choose to do.
Considering Soren couldn't see her, he takes a second to collect himself, and he takes off his hat. I'm gonna set this in your cage, okay? I want you to look after it for a moment. And if I don't come back, it's yours. But I want to come back for not just for you, but for this. This is our sign of trust. And he will take off his hat, and he will, like, he will, like, slide it into the cage and then mage hand it to near where more in the middle of the cage. He's not gonna, like, have the hat approach her, but he's just gonna set it in the middle of the cage.
Okay. Roll me a general persuasion check.
Okay. Come on, persuasion.
21. Okay.
I was worried about that one.
Alright. So, yeah. You don't see her, you don't hear a response from her. All you have is your hat inside the ring now.
He will take a couple of steps back and
Soren will watch him slowly kind of change his posture a little bit, where he's standing a little taller. And he will take the bottle that he sat down, and then when he turns to face to Soren, it's anger and almost it's that face of like he's mad and he's locked in. Usually you'll look when he gets into a fight almost, or he's ready to get into a fight.
And Soren will flash a look at him and like a look of understanding and be like, and just kind of nod like I'm there with you.
Mm-hmm. And he will make his way back up the stairs.
All right.
As will Soren.
At around the point in time you guys are discussing various Mel training tactics, you guys would see both Agarius and Soren back up the stairs with 2 wine bottles, one in each hand, as Morris gives them a wave. Oh, look, there they return, my lovely child and his partner. You were down there for so long, eh?
Did you know?
Did I know what?
That she was down there.
That who was down there?
One of the people you sacrificed. I remembered her. Did you know?
I don't know what you're referring to, Agarius. But if there was another soul in this house that I knew of, well... Your mother does have to eat.
I don't know what's more important. The suffering of a human soul or to feed.
Obviously, me preserving my own life.
She was still trapped down there. She mentioned something about being broken free.
But of course, I think I know what happened. You remember our stash of souls?
Yes, the ones you kept in those jars.
Yes. Those are what I have been suffusing myself from. But whenever those paladins came here and destroyed our home, they broke a couple of them. It is a shame.
He will look towards where, he said they were like in this direction. He's gonna like
Yes.
look at the ground to see any broken jars.
There are a few broken jars, but the rest remain intact. And you are unable to see anything. Hey Morgan, what's the range on your ethereal vision?
30 feet.
30 feet? Alright, let me measure that for you. Yeah, sure. You, Morgan, being that it's on the cusp of your vision, you can see that, like, now that it's been mentioned to you and pointed out, you kind of maybe shuffle a little bit closer to kind of, like, get within your vision range. But, you
I
can
mean, if
see...
I hear this like conversation going on, she'll kind of like wiggle to her feet with the jingling of her chains as she takes a step.
Yeah. And you would see that there are at least 50 jars over there, 6 of which are broken on the ground, and all of them, with the exception of another 10, are still filled with souls.
Can I make out anything on the jars?
They're
arcane in nature?
Yes, they are arcane in nature. That would require an Arcana check.
Wow, I'm rolling poop. Still a 16 though.
Yeah, it is 16. 16 gets you something. You would note that this is like advanced necromantic magic. It's similar to a soul cage kind of spell, but it is localized to contain the spirit by itself for further use later.
Do they look particularly hardy?
The jars?
Yeah.
Not necessarily, considering some of them fell off the top shelves and broke on the ground.
All right. Just kind of look to the two of them from behind Morse.
But yeah, no, she'll look to you and say, "I'm sorry, Agarius. You, if this freed spirit is disturbing you, then Mama Moore shall take care of it momentarily."
No, it is not disturbing me. What is disturbing that there are people's souls trapped here?
Agarius,
That is what is disturbing me.
Agarius, you knew of our research. You knew what we were here for, what we were doing.
No, I didn't. All I knew is the screaming of voices and the begging of mercy. That's all I knew. Because I was too scared. I never knew what you wanted to do with these souls. All I knew is that you hated humans and dwarves and elves.
But of course, and for good reason. Regardless, there is nothing wrong with these.
Everything is wrong with them.
They are
These are
already contained.
They're innocent people.
Not all of them, as you would think. Those on the lower shelf, those are the souls of men who crossed us, who harmed our families. They were the ones that I went for first. And then I went for the next row, which includes those that were close to them. And then I went above that. I was very picky with my target.
That's not justice.
And what would you have me do? Free them? And I would starve, and I would cease to exist. Do you want Mama to go away?
I want.
Have to think about that one.
You had to think about that one.
Looks like Morgan wants to say something, but is kind of like holding her tongue. She's like kind of jingling her change and meandering closer to the soul shelf.
Do you want me to leave?
She is going to
Oh.
point at you, Morrigan, and say, you back away from those.
Looks over her shoulder.
I don't want you to go away, Mother. I want you to stop being a monster.
Well, I can't help what I need. No more than you can help your need for water.
I see you feed off of things with life force. You can feed off of anything with life force, but you choose people.
I have already fed off of as much life force as I could from the area around Agarius. It has been 2 years. The fact that I have only consumed 10 of my remaining stock is a blessing.
The empty jars, are they on the lower end or the higher?
The higher end. But of course, you wouldn't know that. Only Morgan does.
Hmm. But she is also, oh, I see. Okay.
Morgan
Um,
can see the ethereal plane. You cannot, apparently.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I can't. Um.
I wonder if I am allowed to impose.
What is it?
Kind of like turning around the constant jingle of her chains. And she kind of looks to Morris. What matters to you?
What matters to me? Aside from my own life and attaining my husband's life back from the clutches of death, my child, Agathars.
Nothing else then.
Maybe it is the folly of motherhood, but yes, nothing else.
Your boy states that he reviles your actions and gives you an opportunity to grow closer to him. I would imagine you'd want that.
And I do, but at the same time, one cannot help reality of situation.
Have I heard the story? Has she heard the story of like Agathar? Was I here when the story was like of like Dragon Boy being brought back to life and given a
Yes.
body?
Yes.
Seems your boy is quite capable of rectifying that as it is.
But the last time he did so, look at the necromantic backlash. And he does not have the strength of magic to do it again. I can sense this. Not without
then-
potential for more harm. Plus, what mother would force a child to work on their own body? Yes?
Looks to Agathar.
He looks back at Morgan, then back at Morris, back at his mom. I am less concerned about your state of survival. I'm more worried about what you will do with the life.
What
Or
I
will
will
be
do
just-
with my life?
You will just back at square one, won't you? Continuing your sacrifices and your soul jotting. Seeking revenge against the people. Seeking revenge against a race that doesn't deserve such treatment for the actions of a few people.
Ah. And this you have issue with?
Yes. I have issues with. Well, besides the souls in the jars and the people that were sacrificed, I have an issue with a lot of it. But I can at least understand about you needing to survive off of the food that you have. That human boy, I grew very close with him. And when I lost him, I just broke. Mel had to put the pieces back.
You broke over this human more than over your dearest mama?
I figured that you would handle yourself. I was obviously scared of everything. I couldn't help you. You were fighting paladins. I couldn't handle a scout.
Well, there was a reason I asked you to run.
Yes. I know. I was worried about everything. But now with this scenario, I'm worried that you're going to keep hurting these people that don't deserve it. Maybe the people at the bottom of your jar list, maybe they did deserve it. But been in those jars long enough. Their punishment has been due. Let the gods decide their fate. I just... I want you back. But I can't enable somebody who was going to kill people like that.
She thinks. She ponders. She looks at you. Looks at your
Leave.
compatriots. Before looking back to you again.
He just has this look of just pleading.
Oh. You know just how to break your mama's heart. You know just what to say. To make your mama feel so terrible.
I don't mean to. I just want you to see that there's a better way. A way
Good.
to find justice.
You could show them.
Show me what?
Morgan kind of like rolls her shoulders. I am acquainted with certain arts. I could let you come, though it would be as a trinket. It would allow you to continue, but you wouldn't have any more power than to speak with Agathar and see what he sees. Until such a time as you are either convinced or not.
I wish to insight Morgan to make sure that is she giving her a genuine offer to assist, or is this a way for her to get what she wants?
Ooh.
Go for it.
Classic. Yeah, not with that kind of insight.
And it's still something.
You with a 10, you Morgan seems up front. More like she sees, like, you can tell that she sees your mother as a threat, but sees like there are ways she can help move this in a way where it's more beneficial to you and the group as a whole instead of just leaving her here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Though if there are undertones to that, you don't sense them.
Okay.
That is an option. We can show you that we can change things. We've went to Mirzai, but we didn't just visit. We uprooted their government. We are responsible for some of the Death Lord's deaths there. And we have installed somebody who is actually going to rule with fairness and justice and equality.
Morgan kind of just shifts on her heels. That is not fine and good at all, but really what she wants to see is the birth of your children.
I'm sorry, what? Is this Soren already pregnant? Or is it my
No.
child who is pregnant?
No,
He gives Morgan a side eye.
There's
There are-
that one she didn't know you hadn't mentioned it, and also she kind of gives you like a snarky smirk.
there I have another partner.
Oh,
So-
and is this one a kobold?
She's a squirrel folk.
Soren could have done the funniest thing right about now.
Do it, Soren.
He's just like rubs his belly. He's like, I'm almost due.
Like, we'll basically do that, except hey, it's about 9 months on the way.
Woof. Morgan slow turn. They're like, ugh.
No, he doesn't do that though. The cat's
Quick
already
on
out
the
of the
draw,
bag.
I see.
No, jeez. So yeah, no. She's like, is squirrel folk, eh?
Yes, she's very, very, very cool.
I
That is how you chose to describe her.
I would see this trinket you are offering.
I would need to craft it. I need something you are attached to.
Now she's gonna incite you.
Alright, go for it.
Boy, howdy, that is
73.
Hold on. That is a 16.
A 16 definitely seems like witchcraft and something that she seems confident she's capable of crafting.
Okay. She'll say, it seems as if you are genuine. I don't read anything in your auras at the very least. However, before I go into this trinket, and before I allow you to release the specters, I have 2 requests of you, Agarius, my dearest child.
Oh, I'll hear them out.
The first, I would wish to consume the souls of the 5 men on the bottom of the shelf. I was saving them for last, but they were the perpetrators of my entire tribe's slaughter.
He glances at the bottom shelf, but then glances back up at looks back up at her. And the second?
And the second is for you to bring me my old ritual dagger. You see,
I asked.
I realize that whilst I am in this trinket, I will be slowly leaking away. At least, that is a fear of mine. But, if you were to bring me your dagger, I could give you a tool that would not only help me, but help you as well.
I think Morgan almost like huffs at that, like, "What, you are accusing me of not being good at my craft?"
I'm not accusing you of anything. I am merely a student of Mel, and Mel's students are all about precautions and secondary plans.
Yes, and Mel is an archmage, not a witch. He knows nothing of the darkness.
That was molded by it.
Molded by it.
That is one way of
You
looking
merely
at it.
adopted the darkness.
That is one way of looking at it, but it is a dark. But what darkness the witches know is different from darkness other people know. Regardless, Agarius, that is a thing that I would wish to do. Those are my
don't
2
know what-
conditions.
Do you know what it would do?
I would
Well-
be the one crafting the object, so
No,
if
I'm
what
not
she
talking
wants
about-
is the ability to siphon off energy from those it strikes, it's not a terribly difficult thing to imbue.
Yes. I would give you a dagger that would allow you to rend the souls of those you strike with it. Of course, it would be your discretion whether you use it or not.
You're just enchanting the dagger. You're not using it as an anchor, or if you don't get fed enough, you would get desperate.
Agarius.
I'm the
I
one
just-
making it.
Agarius, why would I try to do anything to take over your body or make you perform against your will? I am not a cruel mother. You think me a monster?
I was just going to wait for your boyfriend to pick it up.
I have to admit, he has a painting body.
And no, this would be a separate thing.
Well, you see, I am a student of Mel. I have to cross my X's and O's, especially with people that I put my trust in.
Morgan
Okay.
just looks away.
Yeah, that was the his eye just twitches towards her. Fine. I can agree to that.
I thank you, my child. I knew you would see eye to eye with me. Because we are the same height.
I will need the dagger and the use of my hands.
Eloise will look over to you. Yeah, sure about this, Morgan?
She shrugs. Does it matter?
She shrugs as well. Suppose it does to some way, in some manner. I'll help.
Just huffs again. Does no one think I'm capable?
No, you're capable, but it's always good to have some assistance.
You
That
just
is
think
also that is also part of the problem. You are too capable.
And if you think I'm going to let this happen while you're uncuffed, no way, I'm going to do it.
No.
Let's just get on with it.
Aggie just gives the others a nod, and he'll start walking back to the cart.
All right. Eloise will move over to you, Morgan, and undo your shackles, and just kind of like pat you on the shoulder a couple times. Us two
Rubbing.
Us two siblings working together again, huh?
Cousins.
Sisters.
Soren just kind of looks at Moors and says, "So I still have a question, though."
And what is your question?
He awkwardly holds up the bottle of wine he's holding and goes, "Do you want me to take this with me, or you want me to leave it here?"
What are you talking about?
The bottle of wine that he was bringing up from the cellar.
Yes. You can have that.
All right, and he just takes it with him as he follows Agathar out, and yeah, that's pretty much it for him.
Don't drink too much of that, it's unfortunately has strange effects to rapid folks. Have fun! It disappears.
Joke's on you, I'm immune to poisons.
Shit, the aphrodisiac will not work.
No more grandkids!
Shit.
Like, the aphrodisia is not working. It's like, no, I can only be so hard.
I have an aphrodisiac. It's called Agathar.
Heyo. And so yeah, you go back, Agathar. You retrieve the ritual dagger.
Yeah, he will climb a little steps and use his bone ability to open up essentially the upper half of the of his cadaver, and he just stares at the handle poking out from its sternum. And he just seemingly talking to himself. He just kind of says, "I hope I'm doing the right thing."
Agadesiac. That's fucking great.
That's the title, right? That's the title.
No. So yeah, you make your way back, and while he's doing that, the rest of you guys would watch as Moors slowly makes her way over to the jar, the soul jar shelf. And she slowly runs her fingers along the bottom jars, smiling.
All right, everyone, jumper now!
Oh, it's a shame I will not get to eat all of you. But don't worry. Just you five will be enough. And then, Morgan, you'll watch her reach into a jar, like, put her hand through it, and grab a soul by the throat as she slowly just and just sucks them away and kills them.
So she directly absorbs them.
Yes.
So I can surmise she isn't a lich.
I mean, that is an assumption.
I mean, liches use their phylacteries to absorb souls.
Yeah. And
Fair.
and she'll and like you hear that scream of pain and horror as this person is slurped into nothingness. And then you hear the next terrified soul, no, please wait.
As Shad peeks and we miss most of the screaming.
I know.
It was staticky too, though. He's a little scary.
Yeah. Just
That was just the effect on the soul as it's being,
It was
sucked up.
100%. Yeah.
And but yeah, no, she goes from soul to soul to soul, and it is screams of horror, screams of pain, screams of abject terror as she gets slower on her siphons, making them suffer a lot more the closer she gets to like the first jar on her shelf. And this final soul, it doesn't cry, it doesn't beg. It simply says, I should have killed all you fucking rats when I had the chance. And now you'll never get the chance. Ever again. As she grabs this man's soul.
In Soviet Morsia, rat eats you.
And she doesn't just siphon him away. She plucks and shears sections of his soul off and absorbs them little by little. The rest of you guys just see her kind of like holding on to something and slowly picking at it with her other hand, like she's pruning a bush.
I think Morrigan's just pulling out like materials she's going to need, like gold, like little wires of gold and silver, copper, and iron. But she's just doing this, and Morrigan's making a comment like, "I'm going to need at least one fragment of your original body: a bone, a scrap, a scale."
Yes, I believe that will be a little bit hard to do, considering they burned it.
Ashes will do, so long as they are still within reach.
I do not believe they would be, but I do have a couple old scales in a collection under my bed.
It'll be fine, so long as it is yours.
It will be. And she'll gesture to a nearby bed, and if you kind of like walk over there to lift it up, you'll see that there is a small sack, two small sacks really. One is labeled Moors, the other is labeled is labeled India.
I think she waves Eloise to go fetch the scales.
All right, she does. She brings them back. Oh, and there's my husband's scales. Oh, India, such a lovely man. Very, very ravishing, she says, continuing to pluck away at the soul. You would note that Eloise also has like she's currently like trying to ignore what's happening behind her, but you can tell that she also is looking at Ghost Sight as well, currently.
Pulls out like a small mortar and pestle, lights this like scale on fire, and starts to grind it into a powder.
And around the point in time you guys arrive back at the house, Agarius, she is about halfway through eating this person.
And he just sees her just plucking in a jar.
Yeah, no, she's plucking at the air.
Yeah, she's plucking at the air.
All smiles.
Yeah, he just sighs softly. As he just looks at this dagger. Okay, I have it.
Give it here.
He'll step up to Morgan and then flip it, so he offers the handle to her.
Go ahead and describe this dagger if you will. I don't think you have. Not in a
I
while,
don't
at the
think
very
I have.
least.
Not a long time. So it is a, um, I lost the name of the type of blade. Flanged,
It's-
where
A Chris.
it's a
It's a
Chris.
Chris. The same
Yeah, it's a
sword that
Chris dagger.
Morgan was using to slice at you guys.
Yeah, it's a wiggly dagger of just this pure black metal. It has these etchings of they're like in draconic along the blade, and the hilt and then the hilt and the handle are not extremely encrusted. This dagger is a bit more function over fancy. Function over appearance. Um, and there are like a red gem in the middle of the hilt, so it's just like it kind of protrudes both sides, so the gem is always within view. But the main striking appearance of it is the flanged pitch black metal
I,
that is etched.
okay. I accept the dagger. I look it over. I give it an arcana.
Go ahead.
Wait to.
This is a +1 dagger. And as you kind of like hold it in your hand, you feel the weight of necromantic magic hanging off of this thing.
It is not as easy to attach a soul to an already enchanted item.
Bonnie's just looking over your shoulder.
Well, considering it's from Suba, I'm sure it will be fine.
It
I
is
have a
what it
method.
was. It is what it was
Also-
designed for. She's
Also
still
peering
plucking
over her
away.
shoulder, Vani is like, "Can I help you?"
If you need help getting rid of that enchantment, I think I could do it. Might take some time, but pretty sure I
That
can.
would. Unfortunately, I'm fairly certain there is a connection here, and that would be removing the ability to bind her. I have a way to piggyback this. You see her pull out what looks to be like a teeny tiny little bottle that she kind of like funnels these ashes into, and then looks to Agathar as she pulls out one of her own knives and holds the thing out to her. It's like, I need the drop of your blood.
He will lean his hand over and he has to be so extra about this. Almost like a drill bit coming from the tip of his finger. It's very small, but like a tip of like a bone drill sort of appears out of the tip of his finger and then retracts back, and then it starts like dripping.
She like pulls away. Is like, with a knife, please.
Oh, okay, right.
Remember,
And then-
Agarius, rituals must be performed with the weapons in question.
Yes,
This is not the same knife.
Oh, sorry.
This is one of Morrigan's knives.
No, okay. I mean, still,
it
same
kind of
thing.
applies. Yeah, it's
It-
kind
yeah,
of applies.
it's a tool of some form.
Fuck, yes, fine. Sorry. You're right, mother. Thank you. He'll take his palm and then he'll just, with a wince, he'll run it up a little bit enough to get a cut.
She takes a little bit of blood, smears it across the mouth of the bottle before lighting a candle and sealing it with wax. And then she starts intricately like weaving this gold and silver, kind of like a lattice work around the bottle, and then making like a loop hook that kind of wraps around the mouth and then coats it in wax, adding a sort of tether that she then winds around the knife as she adds some of that gold and silver and a single pin of iron to the center of it that she has to like lift. It looks to be like a little hammer to bang into place. Is it now? This ritual blade has a bit of gold and silver lattice work around the bottom of the blade, and a sort of tassel with a glass ornament.
All right.
Perhaps
it
not the
is-
most pretty, not the prettiest thing I've made, but it is functional.
And it is ready.
Almost. As she gives the blade to Agathar. I believe it would be a good first step if she is the one to free the other souls.
He gives a small smile, then looks at Moors. Yes, I think that is. I think a good step in the right direction. Freeing the top rack.
But of course, allow me a moment to finish what I'm eating. And she continues to pluck away at this soul. That's about like halfway there. He is now screaming in horrendous pain. Like if he had a voice, it'd be hoarse by now. But she's still just very maliciously picking away. Of course, if anyone would like to intervene, they may certainly do so, but only really Eloise and Morrigan see what's going on.
Morrigan could care less, and Eloise is like turning green, just like Mori.
Yeah. yes. Still, I would say after about 5 more minutes of picking, she just kind of like sighs and goes, but of course, it's so boring after a little while. And she just slurps the rest of them down. All
Soren's
right.
eyes are just closed the whole time because I think he can kind of piece together what's happening. So he's just there with his eyes closed.
All right. You wish for the other souls to be freed, yes?
Yes, let them return to the cycle.
Fine. They would have returned to the cycle anyway. It would have just taken a little bit longer. And she just floats upwards and then reaches up and grabs the various souls from the top shelf jars and pulls them out. Agarius, you would notice that she starts at around the middle point.
Is there a reason you're starting at the middle?
Ah! It is because the ones on top are already empty.
I look up there.
They are. Like,
They are.
I told you they were empty
Oh,
to begin
right.
with.
Agathar, like she just kind of looks behind him. It's like they are.
I see. He winces a little bit. Mother, would you save one?
Save one? Do you have a particular one you're thinking of?
No, not particularly.
Would you like me to get the one from downstairs for you?
No, she deserves to rest.
All right
What are you
then.
looking for?
Something, I don't know, just I don't feel very good about it, but something to fill the gap.
Oh, come on.
The gap?
Just droops again. It's like there is no gap.
What are you referring to? What gap are you referring to, son?
The dragon wasn't the only thing I pseudo resurrected.
Oh.
And it's a long story, but the squirrel folk I resurrected, and I had to use a bit of my soul to get hers into a body.
A bit of your soul? Again.
Winces. It needed the room.
Just grab one that seems stronger than the rest and add it to the pile of things we'll be taking with us on this journey.
Agarius, that is not how souls work.
I don't know. I'm a bone guy, mother.
Ah, but Mama Moors is a soul girl.
1138.
Mama Moors can help your situation, more than likely. I will need to see for sure though, but you are right. We should keep a couple souls on the back burner just in case, but they must match your personality, or they will be incompatible.
Hey, just pick them out so we can leave this place.
Fine. She puts the soul in her hands back inside the jar, and she points at 3 different jars. 3 of them that are specifically on the top shelf. Those 3 right there are more his speed. She then begins to pull the souls out of the rest of the jars, and she whispers to them, "You're free now. Don't linger too much longer, no?" And as she lets them go, they quickly beat spiritual feet and ascend into the heavens above. Or, in the cases of the ones on the lower bracket shelves, they are pulled into the earth below. Almost as if the weight of their souls pulls them down by itself.
Oh my god. Agathar, of course being Agathar. Morvis would hear little clicky clack of bones being adjusted as he'll mage hand 1 jar and then his appendages will grab the other 2.
My boy. Such refined bone magics. Oh, you make your mama so proud.
Thanks, mother. It's just like we are literally messing with souls right now.
I know we are messing with souls, but it gives me such joy! She throws 2 souls away as they both sink down to the ground below.
As they just like arch drop.
Valen sneezes somewhere in the distance.
It's starting to get late. I was hoping to finish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so yeah, no. And as she finishes pulling out the last soul, and you collect the 3 jars. She stands next to you, Morgan, and gestures. It is time for you to finish it, I suppose.
Agathar? She waves you over to her side. Being this will be your trinket. It will hold, and you will help me cast the ritual to bind her. You will repeat what I say. And then she looks to Morris. And you will submit when the time comes.
But of course.
Agathar will his eyes will meet Eloise to be like, is this trustworthy?
She'll give you a nod.
Okay.
I like how it's like just like, do you know exactly what kind of witchcraft Morrigan is doing? I know you guys had different teachers and we're from different places, and it's like, you gotta know.
It's witchcraft.
I mean, she would know better than other people. She doesn't know exactly, but she knows a rough approximation of what you're trying to do, and she knows that, you're not trying to screw anyone over.
Okay.
Yeah, probably. She holds the dagger out for you to hold.
Yeah, he will take it.
She puts her hand around yours and looks to Morris. Now repeat. Blood of my blood.
Is Moors repeating this, or is Agathar?
You are repeating
Okay,
this.
alright. Okay, cool. You looked at, she said you looked at Moors.
She only needs to just sit there and not fight it when the moment of binding arrives.
Okay, blood of my blood.
I entangle thee.
I entangle thee.
Indenture service to mine for a time.
Indentured service to mine for a time.
Until your task is done.
Until your task is done.
You feel her hand grip tightly around yours as she kind of side-eyes Morris. As the ritual takes place, as the blade grows hot in your hand, as those lattice works go from bright shiny gold and silver to a dull scorched black.
Well, she doesn't refuse.
Morris's form fades as the little glass bauble hanging from the blade glows a sort of eerie blue light as she is now sealed within the blade. She can now see what you see and speak to you. That's about it, though. She is not. The blade abilities can be used to siphon to her, but not outside of your own purview, because the two are separate. And she lets go of your hand. There, another voice in your head.
He will continue to clutch the dagger and just inspect it and look at the little glass ball. Mother, can you hear me?
You can almost see an eye peering through it. Yes, of course I can hear you, Agarius, my child, my sweet baby boy.
The tension in his face kind of fades slightly with a gentle smile as he looks at Morrigan, and there's a beat of silence before he says, "Thank you."
She's like looking. She kind of like looking back as her hands are being reshackled. For what?
Offering that.
He wasn't
didn't-
going to comply unless some kind of instance was given.
An instance only you would be able to give.
Well,
Still. Thank you.
none is needed.
No, too bad. I'm gonna give it. And he will pat her shoulder softly, and
There's
he
like
will
kids.
just hold the dagger and then sort of tuck it between his belt for now. All right. Thank you all for.
Two things.
Thank you for coming. I want to look around for another minute or so, but you guys are free to go back to the cart and keep, check the area out.
Oh, hey. All right. And as you remain here in this household and everyone else makes their way back to the cart slowly but surely.
Soren would probably stick around with Agathar if he wants him there, but if he wants to be left alone, then Soren would go back to the cart.
I mean, it's fine. We draw our session to a close as maybe Morrigan doesn't notice right now. But one of the feathers on that dream catcher of hers falls away and drifts down to the floor of Agathar's hut as she vacates the premises. And that is where we end our session.
Wow.
No idea how many feathers are on this thing.
One for each of you.
Hooray!
At any rate, so did you guys have fun?
Yes.
Yay! We did not have to fight. Hooray.
I
I
was
just want to
ready
have to fight
fight.
a vengeful spirit.
You're welcome.
I mean, it's always a choice. There's always that. We can.
I put your mama in a butter knife. There you go.
I'll give you the stats for that in the post stream. But still,
Hooray.
till then, thank you all for joining us for our D&D session. We'll be going into the post stream for right now, and remember, you can catch us live at twitch.tv/deathly and if you're watching this on YouTube, then hello, you're watching the ad-free experience on YouTube, our lovely VODs that are there, so on and so forth. Remember, you can catch us live on Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. CST, and The VODs go up at 5:30 p.m. CST on Wednesday, the next day afterwards. And you get to talk to us players and us lovely GMs before and after the game, and maybe even get to determine what our episode title is. Still, I am going to give everyone a chance to say goodbye. Agathar, say goodbye to the people.
I do not have to kill my mother.
Hooray!
Again.
Morrigan, say goodbye to the people.
Good night, people.
Francois, say goodbye to the people.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night.
Soren, say goodbye to the people.
I'm still deciding if I'm gonna have to kill my mother.
Nah. And Vonnie, say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, everyone.
Awesome.
There's definitely not a mess of food in the house now.
Remember, you guys have, and remember, have a good night and a good day. And we say goodbye, bye, 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 bye.